Hello and welcome back to Sports Beyond Cancer. This is Saurav Vittalmurthy. Hope you're enjoying the stream and hope you're having a wonderful evening tonight. Today is the series decider between the Sri Lankan women and the West Indies women here. We are live here from the Grenada for the third T20 International here. So Sri Lanka in this final T20 International deciding to opt to bowl first. The series is 1-0 and West Indies have a chance to draw the series tonight because the second game was washed away due to rain. And today is the third T20 International and Hayley Matthews and Brathwaite are out there in the middle. And after 1.4 overs, it's 10 for no loss here. 11 for no loss after 1.5 overs. To all the folks who have joined us on Sports Beyond Cancer, welcome to Sports Beyond Cancer. This is Saurav Vittalmurthy, a former sports journalist and currently battling my fifth cancer there. So kindly do hit subscribe to our channel, and also please don't forget to hit the like button here, because only when you hit the like button, the YouTube algorithm will push it to other people out there. So 2 overs, 12 for no loss here, West Indies. And to all the people who just joined in, we are live here from Grenada for the third T20 International from St. George here. And with that said, Sri Lanka won the toss and opting to bowl today because the second game was washed away due to the rain. And with Sri Lanka winning the first T20 International by Sri Lanka winning the second T20 International by 4 wickets, and the first one washed to rain. And poor performance by West Indies in the last game, where they were dismissed for 101 for 9 after 20 overs. And I think today they've got a positive start here in this final game here. They have a chance to equal the series there. This time, hanging into the bats, and she smashed it in the air towards the long on fielder there. Athapaththu will do the fielding, and that'll just be 1 run here. And to all the folks who joined in, hope you're having a wonderful time and hope you're enjoying the show here. So please don't forget to hit the subscribe button there. Every single subscription will mean the world to us. As Sugandhika, she has been brought into for the first time in this innings here for the third over here. Here is Sugandhika coming in from around the wicket and straying down the leg to Hayley Matthews. Goes down on one knee and tries to sweep the ball, but unfortunate that she has only managed to drive it, sweep it along the ground towards the short fine leg fielder there. That will just be a dot ball here. 4 changes here tonight, this evening here for West Indies here. This time the ball's tossed up in the air. Sugandhika and Hayley Matthews has chipped it back to her, and Sugandhika takes an easy catch, and she's all elated there. The big wicket of Hayley Matthews, and Hayley Matthews will have to walk back now. Hayley Matthews will walk back to the pavilion there. Sugandhika coming in from around the wicket, flight delivery, angling into the left-hander. On all Hayley Matthews did was chip it back towards the bowler there, and she outstretched both her hands above head, and she's managed to hold on to a catch. And no wonder the Sri Lankans are related, because they know how big a wicket is Hayley Matthews, because she's been someone who's been scoring a lot of runs in this format, and she's been dismissed there. The West Indies skipper Hayley Matthews, caught and bowled by Sugandhika, dismissed for 8 runs of 9 balls, and that will be the first breakthrough for West Indies, for Sri Lanka in this first game in this third T20 International year. The series hanging in 1-0 to all the folks who are just joined in, and they'll be eagerly waiting to see that they go on to win this 2-0. And West Indies on the other side will be waiting for. With that said, welcome you all to the show here. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Hope you're enjoying the contest, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button there. This time, Sugandhika to Hector, and she's driven it away all along the ground towards the long on fielder. That'll be just 1 run here. Sugandhika Chamari in her first over. He has managed to pick up a wicket of Hayley Matthews here. 4 changes here today for West Indies here. Ebony Brathwaite Mandy Mongo, the wicketkeeper, and Zaira James and Shwanisha Hector are there for West Indies tonight. And Keena Joseph, Alia Alain, Janila Glasgow, and Shaman Campbell have been put out on the bench. And for Sri Lanka, it'll just be one change here. Rashmika Sewandi is out, and Kavya Kavindi is into the squad here this time. She steps down the ground here, Brathwaite, and is smashed it past the diving power fielder there, and the ball running away into the boundary there. 4 runs here coming off the blade of Brathwaite, and that'll be the end of 3 overs here. 18 for 1 after 3 overs here. Wonderful, wonderful shot to end the over here. So the series on the line here for the West Indies. A win here will ensure that they draw the series here. This time, so once again, a little bit shorter on length and straighten down the leg. Not the kind of ideal start here for Iona Ranavira here. Loosener there to start off her spell here. And Hector's gone down and she's swept it past the shot to find leg field. The ball running away into the boundary there. 4 runs there. What a wonderful shot here. Poor ball from Iona Ranavira. Banged it shot outside the leg stump. And all Hector had to do was go down on one leg and just sweep it past the field there. That's a freebie and it's been punished here. Inoka Ranavira, she's wonderful with the ball here. 91 matches, 95 wickets, economy of 5.99 and the best of 4 for 7 here. She's someone who's always been amongst the wickets here for Sri Lanka. This time flighted delivery and it was a full toss there, but Hector trying to go across the line there. Poor shot there. And she's missed the line of the ball completely. And Ranavira has cleaned up the batter there, and that'll be bowled here. Hector's clean bowled here. Once again, poor shot there. Absolute wrong judgment of shot there. The ball was tossed in, angling into the batter there. That was a clear full toss. And Hector trying to go for the big shot across the leg side and missing the line of the ball, and the ball crashing into the stumps, and that will be bowled here. And that will be the fall of the second wicket here for West Indies here. 22 for 2. And Ranavira has managed to pick up a wicket here off his second ball. And courtesy a poor shot there from Hector. And she will have to head back there. What a poor shot there from Hector. Absolutely. There was a freebie on offer, a full toss, and she's gone for the sweep shot and completely missing the line and length of the ball. And Shwanisha Hector, she's been dismissed for just 5 runs of 3 balls bowled by Inoka Ranavira. So the new batsman out there, and Taylor, the experienced Taylor, is out there at number 4 for West Indies. Here is Ranavira once again. Good ball this time. Coming in with the angle, pitching outside the off stump and turning away from the batter there. And that'll just be a dot ball as she tucks it away towards the cover point field. That experienced Stephanie Taylor, she will have to put up a fight tonight if West Indies have to go and make out a statement here in trying to level this series here. It's 1-0 and the first match was washed out due to rain, and last match was won by Sri Lanka by 4 wickets. And this time, once again, straying down the leg, and Stephanie Taylor has swept it towards the deep fine leg region there. Good running between the two batters there, and they'll come back for 2 runs here. Wonderful running there. 24 for 2 after 3.4 overs here. Ranavira getting an easy wicket there, because Hector missed out on the full toss and she was cleaned up completely there. Absolutely poor shot here. As you can see, West Indies batting deep, as you can see on the score on your screens here. Dottin, Henry, Clarkson, James, So it's going to be a lengthy batting order there. But they'll have to play sensibly. Unlike last game where they threw away the wickets in packs and they were 100 for 9 or something in the last game here. This time, tossed outside the off stump and Taylor goes over the cover point fielder there and over the infield. The ball running away. Beg your pardon there. Odd bounce there. Taylor actually drove the ball towards the field there, but the ball, I think, kicked off the ground and suddenly goes over the head of the fielder there, and the ball running away into the boundary there. 4 runs there. Good drive, but unlucky there for the fielder. The ball just hitting something on the ground, probably a bump on the ground, and it's gone. That's extremely unusual to see on a cricketing game there. Extremely unusual there. Probably some dent on the ground there. The ball was driven towards the fielder. Off the dent, the ball goes over the fielder's head and runs away into the boundary there. And that will be a dot ball to end the over. 4 overs, 28 for 2. And to all the people who joined us on Sports Beyond Cancer, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button there because that will mean the world to us. And also, please engage in the chat box. The chat box is meant for you. So kindly let us know which city you're watching this game from. And also do let us know from which part of which team you're supporting tonight. So that will make us feel like that we're talking to someone and not just talking out to a camera here. So please ensure that you hit the subscribe button there. This time, Brathwaite's hit in the air. Poor shot there from Brathwaite. Sugandhika picking up a second wicket of the evening here. Once again, Brathwaite trying to hit it, go big over the infield. Has only managed to hit straight in the air. The ball swirling in the air for quite some time. And that's going to be an easy catch for the fielder there at the mid-off region there. Poor shot there from Brathwaite. Absolutely poor shot there. She charged down the ground, trying to go over the infield there, but poor timing there. Only aerial. She's gone only aerially, no distance there. The ball was swirling in the air for quite some time as Nilashika, who was at mid-off region, had to move towards the left and wait for the ball for quite some time, and she's managed to hold on to the ball. And that will be the third wicket here for West Indies. They are throwing away the wickets here, 28 for 3 after 4.1 overs. And Sugandhika Kumari already picking up her second wicket. She's bowled wonderfully, tossing up through the air. And poor cricket there from Brathwaite, stepping down and trying to clear the infield and capitalize on the power play. Despite early wickets falling, I think that's that's irresponsible cricket there from Brathwaite, and she has been dismissed. And it's 28 for 3, and West Indies seem to be in more trouble now. Deandra Dottin, she's out in the middle. She could be the last hope here for West Indies because she needs to play that senior pro knock here because West Indies desperately need it. Otherwise, the series is definitely going towards Sri Lanka's way. They won the second game. The first game, that could have been close here. Good ball there, angling into the batter there. Dottin in an urge to get off the strike, taps it towards the right of the bowler, and they were keen to go for the run, but the bowler is quick as she jumps on towards the ball and has a shy at the batter's end. But fortunately, the batters decide not to take the run and get back towards their ends there. That'll just be a dot ball there. Wonderful fielding there from the bowler. And rightfully, the batters went back, and that'll just be a dot ball here. Sugandhika, 2 for 6 after 1.2 overs. Here she is running into bowl to Dottin here. Once again, flight delivery, angling into the pad. She's driven it all along the ground towards the long on region there. That'll just be a single as Athapaththu just underarms the ball towards Sugandhika there. 29 for 3. What a start we had in this contest here. I think West Indies trailing 1-0 in this contest, and tonight is the final T20 International. Unfortunately, the first T20 International washed away due to rain, and the second one, West Indies, Sri Lanka winning by 4 wickets if I'm not wrong. And tonight we have the contest here, the third and the final T20I international, and Sri Lanka looking to make it 2-0, and West Indies trying to take it to 1-1 and share the trophy here. We'll have to wait and watch. At the moment, West Indies in some deep trouble here after put into bat by Sri Lanka, 29 for 3, and here is Sugandhika. Shot of a length delivery outside the off stump. Stephanie Taylor trying to cut it towards the point fielder there, but the ball climbing on her and just going past the outsiders. That will best be a dot ball here. Gomez and Maharaj, thank you very much. The health is looking definitely better here. All positive signs here. Thanks to all your prayers and commitment and motivation out there. And is the West Indies versus Sri Lanka? Yes, this is the West Indies versus Sri Lanka series here. The Sri Lanka tour of West Indies. And this is the final T20I international. The first one was washed away due to the rain. The second one was Sri Lanka won by 4 runs. And today is the third this T20I international game here. Third and the final T20 international game here. While the West Indies are trying to level the series, Sri Lanka will be hoping to make it 2-0. With that said, after the end of 5 overs here, 31 for 3 as 2 runs come off the last ball, and that will be 31 for 3 after 5 overs here. I request all the folks to please drop a message in the chat box so that makes us feel like that we're having a real conversation there. Please do let us know from which part of the city, which part of the world, or which city you're watching the stream from, and which team you're supporting in this contest here, because that will make me feel like I'm having a human conversation, because I've been craving for having a human conversation for the past 2.5 years. The past 2.5 years has been a battle of life and death, because the 5th cancer almost lasted for 2.5 years, and I lost everything in that process there, and it's just a battle of life and death. And because of you people and through this channel, because we are new to YouTube, because I wanted to stick to my passion. I've been a sports journalist for 8 years, 4 years in India, 4 years in New Zealand, covering the likes of Tokyo Olympics, the Indian Premier Leagues, the major rugby leagues, the rugby union leagues, and the badminton, tennis, and all the rowing major leagues. But unfortunately, when I was in New Zealand, my 5th cancer came out of nowhere, and I had to spend 2.5 years on the beds at India here. And thankfully, I have now just entered remission, and that's the reason we have started this channel, because I did not want to give up on a passion, because since childhood I always wanted to be a sports journalist, and that's the reason I did not want to give up on my passion and show the world that despite all the odds, resilience goes a long way, and I did not want to settle for anything else apart from my passion. But this is the best I can do, because I am actually extremely devastated, because I wanted to be on the ground covering the sports in reality, like I used to do in earlier times, like take out my camera, interview players, be with the players, talk to officials. But as now we are just entered remission, and we have a lot of 1.5 years most of treatment to go with the likes of the plastic surgery and other stuff. This is the best I can do, and that's the reason I said YouTube is just a starting curve for us. It's just a start. And after 2.5 years, I've started my continuing my passion there, because the last 2.5 years, it was only a battle of life and death. But now, because of you people and because of all you guys, I have started to get some motivation back in life. I have started to get some belief back in the universe there. So that's the reason I'm saying, please hit that subscribe button and help us get to the 1,000 subscribers as early as possible, because it will definitely help me in the recovery. It will definitely help me with the funds, because it's been a tough battle the last 2.5 years. So kindly, thank you for giving me that motivation. Because of only you guys, I have been waking up with the motivation in the last 2.5 weeks there, because otherwise there was no motivation for the past 2.5 years there. So with that said, here is Taylor all set to face Malky here. This time, a good ball there, in swinger, angling into the batter, and she stuck it away towards the mid-wicket region there, and the fielder there from the mid-on will cut the ball, and the batters will have sufficient time to go across for 1 run here. West Indies will have to play sensibly. The last game also, they were in a similar situation, and they completely, everyone wanted to go big, and they completely lost wickets and almost ended up putting just 101 off for 9 after 20 overs, and Sri Lanka 101 for chased that with 4 wickets remaining there. Here is Malky running into bowl to dot in. This time banks in shot and slow one there, and the pull of batter tried to cut the ball, pull the ball, and poor keeping there from the wicket keeper. The ball just pitching and turning away from her, and the ball runs away into the boundary there. 4 runs there. I think that came off the bottom edge there. If I'm not wrong, that probably came off the bottom edge there. And wonderful. I mean, what a scene here, because I think the fielder is upset there. because that was an easy ball for the wicket keeper to take, and she's completely missed the ball, and that will be a freebie here for West Indies here. 4 runs on the offer. West Indies will need more of this luck here. 41 for 3 here. Here is Malki once again. Good ball outside the off stump, and the ball this time climbing onto the batter there. Good carry to the wicket keeper there. That will be a dot ball here. A wonderful ball here. Good. Maharaj is from South Africa. Definitely. Thank you, Gome the Maharaj. Thank you so much there. And good job. I'm in the US. Get well soon. Thank you, Leslie Reynolds, for your wonderful compliment and a wonderful message there. Thank you so much for your kind messages there. Game over 1A, just popping into the stream and to say hello. Hope you're having a wonderful time. Hope you had a wonderful last evening, and can't wait for the tomorrow's game, semi-final time. This time, fooling the very angle into the batter. She stuck it away towards the deep square leg region there, and that'll just be 1 run here. And with that, that will be the end of the over here. 6 overs, 42 for 3 at the end of the power play. West Indies 42 for 3 after putting to bat here. Can't wait for tomorrow's game. Semi-final time, definitely game over. It's going to be an exciting contest here. South Africa taking on New Zealand. It's going to be wonderful there. That game. A lot of emotions running, and it's going to be an exciting contest here. The South Africans unbeaten here, and would they be able to get to the final for a consecutive time here? We'll have to wait and watch. Or will New Zealanders be lucky tomorrow? It's going to be a epic contest. We'll have to wait and watch. I hope you all come back tomorrow to the stream because we'll be telecasting that stream tomorrow, and that's going to be a big game, and it's going to be high scoring encounter because we are playing on the wicket of Eden Gardens, Kolkata. And you all know Eden Gardens, the average first inning score is 210, and definitely it looks like a positive game tomorrow, and we all fans will be in for a treat, for a good battle between bat and ball. Hopefully a good brand of cricket to witness tomorrow there. And with that said, 42 for 3 in this game between West Indies women and the Sri Lankan women. Gome the Maharaj, me too. Yes, Gome the Maharaj. That's going to be an exciting contest here. Can't wait. It's going to be a sleepless night for me because the last 2 days I have been thinking about these games, and it's extremely like we have been covering every single day multiple games, and suddenly we were feeling like we were missing out on something. We were missing out on connecting to a community, and suddenly I thought, why not we do the women's game here too, because we need to show as much as support to these women's games too, because only then cricket grows, and we also need to promote a lot of young girls to pick up this sport here, and rightfully that's what it's needed to promote this kind of a sport, because I see a lot of young girls and women eagerly watching men's sports, but I don't see a lot of young girls watching women's sports themselves. So women's support definitely needs those support, and hopefully things changes for the good in the future here, near future here. Thank you, Game Over 1A, for letting us know that we'll be here tomorrow for sure. And to all the folks who joined in, kindly hit that like button there, because only when you hit the like button, the stream will be shown to the feed homepage of other YouTubers there, other YouTube consumers there. So only when you hit the like button, the YouTube algorithm will push this stream to the homepage of other YouTube users there. Thank you so much for doing it, and also hit the subscribe button. Here is Nilashika this time, and ball a little bit outside the off stump there, and the cover fielder running towards the left, and missed field there once again. Poor fielding from Sri Lanka, and the ball goes to the boundary there. 4 runs there. Diadra Dottin, she's been lucky for the second time here. The last over, a misfield by the wicketkeeper, and the ball ran into the boundary, and this time she's driven it away towards the wide of the cover fielder there, and the cover fielder ran towards the left and puts in a slide with her left hand, and she has missed the ball completely. The ball goes underneath her hands, and the ball's running away towards the cover boundary there. 4 runs there. What a wonderful shot nevertheless, but poor effort there from the field there. Nilashika running in the ball to Dottin. This time once again Dottin hangs back, moves her front leg across, and she's driven it straight towards the middle of field there. That'll just be a dot ball here for Nilashika here. Game Over 1A. It's great you're doing the women's cricket streams as well, growing the sport from all angles. Well done. Thank you so much, Game Over 1A, for always supporting us and always having our back there. Thank you so much. That means so much to us. Here is Dottin all set to face Nilashika. This time following the very angling into the batter. She stuck it away towards the right of the batter. The batter scamper for a quick single there. That could have been close. But Nilashika unable to hold on to the ball there, and the ball just rolling away from her. And the batters will cross over for a single, nevertheless. And that'll be 47 for 3 after 6.5 overs. And the West Indies, the last game, they had a poor show. And the series on the line tonight, a win will ensure that they draw the series. A loss will mean that West Sri Lanka will go on to win 2-0 here. The rain spoiling the first game, so it could be a draw here for West Indies if they go on to win this game here. This time, pulling delivery outside the off stump. She's cut it towards the point field there on the bounce. I think that'll be a dot ball to end the over. Just 5 runs coming off Nilashika De Silva's first over, and that'll be 47 for 3 after the end of the 7 overs here. I think West Indies should get somewhere close to, if I'm not wrong, 135, 130. I think that should be a good target for them to defend here on this wicket against the batting of Sri Lanka, especially with the kind of wicket they have. Hayley Matthews was the key, and they managed to remove her early with Sugandhika flighting the ball, and Hayley Matthews trying to tip it back, only managing to tip it back towards the bowler there. And with that, Hayley Matthews, we all saw how elated and how excited the Sri Lankan camp and the team was, because they all know how dangerous of a batter Hayley Matthews is in the white ball format of the game, and especially in this shortest format of the game. And since then, it's just been a catch-up game here for West Indies, and some poor fielding efforts there from Sri Lanka, which has been ensuring that West Indies keep ticking the scoreboard here. This time, beautiful ball here. Ranavira angle into the right-hander and turning into the wicket there, and Dartin just tapping it towards the mid-wicket as Ranavira runs towards the mid-wicket to collect the ball, and the batters will cross over for 1 run here. And to all the folks who just joined in, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button there. And also, please, if at all you want to contribute towards the channel, you have 2 options there. You can use the super chat option in the chat box, or you can use the scanner there, which will take you to a website so that you can contribute towards our streaming, and that will aid us to bring in better tools for the streaming, and that will aid us to grow along with our professional journey, and also cater to our recording there. So thank you so much for all the support. So we have 2 options to support the cause. One is in the QR code that's on the left bottom of your screen, and then there's another one on the super chat, so which will be available in the chat so that you can contribute towards the stream here. This time we are pitching on a middle stump, and the ball turning way too much outside the off stump there. Good keeping there from the wicket keeper, but that'll just be a dot ball here. Here is Ranavira once again, a flight delivery angling into the bat. She has driven it away towards the long on region there, and they'll cross over for a single here. That'll be just a single here. The current run rate just 6.40. Diana Radotin will be the key. The Sri Lankan batters, Sri Lankan team players will be keen to see the back of Dotin as soon as possible, because she's an experienced campaigner, and no wonder Stephanie Taylor, she's been doing it for years, time and time again. So this could be a crucial partnership for West Indies. They're there once again, wonderful ball. Ranavira coming in between the wickets there, flighting the ball outside the off stump, and the ball pitching and turning away from the batter there as Stephanie Taylor beg your pardon there, as Dotin goes in with a front forward stride there, the ball turning away from the batter, and good bounce there. Odd bounce there from the ball there. Once again, Diarra Dotin, the ball once again outside the off stump, turning away from the right-hander. This time, Taylor Dotin does not want to give her bat. She's just happy to leave the ball to the keeper there and watch the ball till the end. She's extremely surprised with the kind of turn this surface has been generating, and that'll be the end of the 8th over here. 49 for 3 after 8 overs here. It's getting open. It seems as well. 8 overs, 49 for 3. And I think it's a decent start here for Sri Lanka, apart from the poor fielding efforts. Only if they had managed to put the body or put the better fielding effort, I think West Indies could have been somewhere close to 33 or 34, 15, 16 runs gifted away here by Sri Lanka. By Sri Lanka, here is Kavisha, first time in his innings, straying down the leg, and that should be wide here. The umpire will flex her arms, and that'll be a wide here. Kavisha, first over, and that's a false start for her. She's running back to her pavilion. The off spinner, Kavisha, running into bowl to Nilakshaka. The ball to big apparent there. Stephanie Taylor there. Once again, sharp turn there into the batter there. Taylor somehow to manage and to keep the ball away. Just defends it there. and the ball was climbing onto her, turning into her body, and that'll just be a dot her ball here. This surface definitely has a lot for the spinners here. The West Indian spinners will be extremely happy seeing this. Once again, wonderful, wonderful bounce there. The ball pitching outside the off stump and just climbing onto the batter there. That'll just be a dot ball here. Wonderful ball here, and the ball climbing onto the batter, and that'll be a dot ball here from Kavisha. She's bowling wonderfully the last two balls. This time, once again, good ball there. Oh, the batter just defending towards the right of the bowler there, and Kavisha quick to get down towards the ball, and that'll just be a dot ball here. This time, a full-in delivery angle into the bats, and she's tucked it away. Taylor towards the deep mid-wicket region there. The batters were interested for the second run there, but all they can do is just take a single here. That'll just be a single here. Good fielding from the fielder in the deep, and that'll just be a single here. Oh, wonderful ball. Probably carom ball here from Kavisha. And the good link delivery. And Dartin has tucked it away towards the deep mid-wicket region there. And that'll be a single here for Dartin. 52 for 3 after 8.5 overs. The current run rate now dropping less than 6. It's 5.89 now. This time off spinner here, and she's gone for the pull shot here. The ball was shot, and that's an appeal here for LBW. The bowler thinks that was close here. The keeper thinks that was close here. The umpire says not out, and probably that was going down the leg. Taylor thought the ball was going to be shot, but it did not come to the kind of bounce that she was expecting, and she's wrapped on her thighs. And the bowler and the keeper much interested there, but the umpire says not out, and probably with the kind of turn this pitch been offering and it's been behaving, I think definitely going down the leg with kind of spin and turn Kavisha's been generating, that'll definitely be going down the leg, and that's the reason probably the umpire turned it down, and that'll be 52 for 3 after 9 overs here. Here is Kavya into her first over. And good link ball angling into the bat. She has tucked it away towards the deep mid-wicket region there. That'll just be a single here. 52 for 3, 53 for 3. The partnership now slowly being built here. The partnership 24 of 29. I mean, this partnership was extremely required to steady the innings because they were 3 wickets down for nothing. And they were looking at looming at one more collapse, like they had the collapse in the previous game where they only managed to put up I think 100 runs or 101 runs in the last game there. So definitely this is a key partnership with both the senior pros out there in the middle, as Stephanie Taylor this time cuts it away towards the backward point region, the deep backward point region, and the batters will cross over for a single here. So that's been the story so far. And to all the folks who joined us on Sports Beyond Cancer, hope you are enjoying this stream and hope you're enjoying this wonderful game here. A series on the line here for the West Indies. A win here for Sri Lanka would mean that they would win the series 2-0, and a win here for Sri Lanka would mean if they would want to win the winning series 2-0, and the win here for West Indies would mean that the series will be leveled and the trophy will be shared 1-1 here. This time, a good link delivery once again, angling into the bats, and Dotin happened to just tap it away towards the deep mid-wicket position for an easy single here. Sensible cricket here. So that's the kind of brand of cricket they need to play here. 55 for 3, 9.3 overs. This time angling into the pads of Taylor, and she's tucked it away towards the deep square leg region there. The batters will cross over 1 run here. and 56 for 3 after 9.4 overs. This is going to be an exciting contest if this batters put on some 60, 70 runs of partnership, because we all know once Dottin settles in, and we all know the kind of power hitting that she can bring in. Hayley Matthews is someone who can do that, and today's been dismissed early, and no wonder we have all seen Deandra Dottin. She has the potential to take on the bowlers, and probably she'll take it on today. And probably this is a day because she's got the start. She's batting on 20 of 18, so definitely we'll be eager to see how she goes on here. Here is Kavya this time, a little bit short on length delivery, and Dottin happy to just tuck it away towards the wide off long off region there, and that'll be just a single here. This time, full in delivery, angling into the pads, and Taylor's tucked it away gently towards the deep square leg region, and she'll take the single and retain the strike. And at the halfway stage of the first innings here, 58 for 3 after 10 overs, after being put into bat. I think West Indies at one stage were looking like West Indies at one stage were 28 for 3, and they managed to put up 57 for 3 after 10 overs here. Wonderful, wonderful start here. West Indies have been batting poorly in this series here. Lucky there. The first game here, extremely lucky for the West Indies, because the first game, the West Indies women were bundled out for 49, just 49 with Kavisha picking up 3 wickets, Ranavira, Sugandhika, and Malki picking up 2 wickets each. And in reply, Sri Lanka were 7 runs of 2.4 or 2.5 balls. And then rain saved West Indies in that game there. Rain saving West Indies in the first game there, because all they had to chase was 49, and Sri Lanka were en route 7 for no loss. But the rain coming and saving West Indies in the first game here. But in the second T20 International, once again, West Indies were poor, with just Hayley Matthews putting those 28 runs, and once she fell, it was just a collapse there, and they bundled out for 101 in the second game, and Sri Lanka managing to chase it by 4 wickets in hand and 11 balls left to spare. And that's the reason I said keeping wickets in hand is especially key here for West Indies, because they have thrown it away across both the innings they have batted in the previous 2 games. The rain saving them in the first game and ensuring that the points were shared. Ensuring that there was no result from the game. And in the last game, poor, they once again dismissed for 101, apart from Hayley Matthews, none being a good contributor with the bat. And that's the reason I kept saying that today they have to play sensibly. We have to play sensibly, because only then they can manage to put up runs on board. And that will be the hard drinks break here. 58 for 3 after being put into bat here, West Indies at the Grenada here. This is the CG United Women's Series, West Indies versus Sri Lanka, the Sri Lanka tour of Windies here. $59 for 3 after 10.2 overs after being put into bat here. Here is Kavisha into a second over here. At the current run rate 5.71. She's running into bowl to dot in here. Kavisha running in and she shuffled across to the off stump and tried to go for the sweep shot here. She's missed the ball and the ball off her pads, just going towards the mid-wicket region there. Taylor wanted the single, but Dottin was not interested, and that'll just be a dot ball here. And to all the folks who joined us on Sports Beyond Cancer, kindly hit that subscribe button because that will mean the world to us in this fight, in this battle against fifth cancer at the age of 33. Every single subscription, every single super chat, every single buy me a coffee, the QR code on the right, on the left screen will definitely help us in this cause. It will definitely help us continue our passion, will definitely help us invest into this passion there, because we need to buy some tools for this setup, and we also need support to manage our recovery and costs. So every single contribution will help us towards the recovery and to come back as into full flow as a sports journalist there. So kindly do hit that subscribe button there, and if at all you can hit the super chat, or if at all you can scan the QR code, that will be extremely grateful of you. It will definitely help my cause there. This time Kamisha angling into the batter there, and she's tucked it away towards the deep mid-wicket region, and that'll just be a single here. West Indies 61 for 3. They need to bat cleverly in this middle phase and ensure that they set a good score once they reach 15 overs, and then they can have the last 5 overs for themselves to take on the Sri Lankan bowlers there. Here is Kamisha, flight delivery, and this time wrapped on the bat. She shuffled away across the off stump. The keeper seems to be interested, but I think the impact could be outside the off stump because she has come down way outside the off stick, and that'll be just a dot ball to end the over. 61 for 3 after the end of 11 overs here. Arosha 456, Arosha 45. I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure. Kindly forgive me, please. I did not understand the language of the message that you put in. I'm definitely hoping you are from Sri Lanka. So thank you so much for streaming in all the way, logging in all the way from Sri Lanka, or whichever part of the world you're watching this game from. So thank you so much for joining on to our stream. Welcome to Sports Beyond Cancer tonight here. And 61 for 3 after 11 overs. Here is Iona Ranavira this time. Flight delivery, angling into the batter there. And she has driven it past the left of the bowler there towards the long off region. And Taylor will pick up a single here. The partnership now slowly building towards 34 of 41. Someone will have to get a move on here. Someone will have to take those big shots here. And here is Ranavira, 2.1 overs, 1 for 13. Thank you so much there, Arosha 456. Arosha 456. Hi to you too. That's the only thing I can understand, because I'm extremely sorry. I'm not aware of the text that you put there, but definitely that makes us speaking wonderful there, and that makes us feel wonderful that you've sent in the wave for us, and we are waving you back too. Hope you're enjoying the stream here. And this time, once again, that will be a single here for Dottin. The partnership now slowly building here. 63 for 3 after 11.2 overs. Here is Ranavira. Can she get one more breakthrough, or will Taylor go in for the big shots there? She's rocked back and she's driven it straight towards the cover point fielder there. That will be a dot ball here. Sri Lankan, good fielding setup for Ranavira there. They have the fielders on the offside in the circle here, apart from the long off fielder there. So definitely trying to restrict that easy single to the batters and to pile up some pressure here, asking them to go over the top there. Once again, coming in with the angle, the ball, flight delivery, angling into the pads, and she's driven it towards the long off fielder. That will be a single here. The partnership now slowly gaining momentum here. 36 of 46 balls here, the partnership. And Sri Lanka will be hoping to get a breakthrough. I think 130 on this wicket could be good with the kind of bowling West Indies have. So definitely they will be aiming to get somewhere close to 130, 135. 150 will definitely be a bonus. But Deandra Dottin will have to play out of her skin here. She'll have to take on the bowlers there. But with the kind of turn that Surface has been offering, I'm definitely not sure that the West Indies will be getting somewhere close to 150, because the ball's turning a lot and the Surface behaving odd on certain occasions, and that will definitely keep the West Indian spinners interested too. So here is Dottin all set to face Iona Ranavira. This time, wonderful ball. The ball stopping on the batter, and it's been climbing on the bat there. And I'm not sure if it got off the back outside edge there. I'm not sure if it went off the outside edge or just past the outside edge. I beg your pardon there. I mean, that will just a dot ball there. Kindly excuse us because the broadcaster, as soon as the ball finished, cut it back to the advertisement there, and we were just clueless because we were thinking that there's an outside edge, but that's just the end of the over here. Good over here from Karanavira once again. 3 overs, 15 for 1, just 3 runs coming off the last over, and West Indies 64 for 3 after the end of 12 overs here. Here is Kavisha Dilhari into a third year of flight delivery, angling into the right hander, and she's driven it straight towards the long off fielder. That will be a single here. Taylor needs to get a move on here. She's batting on 19 of 27 balls here. 19 of 27. She definitely needs to get a big time move on here because we are already into 13th over here, and she has been batting extremely at a strike rate of 70.3, which is extremely uncharacteristic and extremely uncharacteristic in this format of this game here. This time, good fielding there. Kavisha, full length delivery, angling into the right hander. She's driven it towards the left of Kavisha. Kavisha putting in the dive, and she's managed to top the ball, and that will just be a dot ball here. Great bowling and great fielding here. The current run rate is dropped to 5.27 here. West Indies definitely need to get a move on here. This time turning into the batter, and Dottin flicks it off her legs, and the ball going towards the deep wicket fielder there, and the batters will just cross over for a single. Yeah, and to all the folks who joined us on Sports Beyond Cancer, welcome to Sports Beyond Cancer. This is Saurav Vittamurthy, and hope you are enjoying the stream and hope you're having a wonderful time, irrespective of whichever part of the world you're watching us. Please do let us know from which city you're watching the stream, and also do let us know which team you're supporting tonight, because it will make me feel like that I'm having a human conversation and I'm having a talk with the people of my community, rather than making me feel like that I'm just listening, just watching and speaking to a camera here, because that makes me absolutely feel sick, because I want to enjoy talking to people, having a conversation with people, and build a real connection with people, with like-minded people who support sports. And if you at all you come to watch women's sports, definitely speaks volume about how much you love cricket, because how much you are keen to watch women's cricket, and that speaks volume, and that you are definitely keen to promote this kind of sport here. So thank you so much, and do let us know in the chat box which city you're watching the stream from, and which team you're supporting tonight here. Here is Kavisha to bowl to Dottin. This time, flight delivery outside the off stump. She's gone for the big slop sweep there. Unable to time the ball. The ball's gone towards the deep square leg region there. That'll just be 1 run here. 68 for 3. Wonderful ball from Kavisha. Tossed the ball slower through the air and dot in early into the shot, trying to play the big stroke sweep, going down on one knee, only managing to pull it down towards the deep square leg region there. That will be a single here. 20 of 28 for Taylor. She needs to get a move on here once again. The ball turning into the pads, and she's tried to tuck it away towards the leg stump, towards the fine leg region there, but she's missed the ball and she's wrapped on the pads, and that will be a dot ball to end the over. And with that, West Indies will be 68 for 3 after the end of 13 overs here. 7 overs to go. Can they get exactly 68 more in the last 68 more in the last 7 overs here? That will do the world of good there, because I think something close to 130 will definitely be a good score on this wicket, especially with the likes of the amount of spinners West Indies have, because we have seen the kind of turn and bounce this surface has been generating, and how the likes of Dottin and Taylor have been struggling to time the balls of Ranavira, especially, who's coming in with the arm, tossing the ball in the air. She's an experienced campaigner. I mean, Ranavira, she knows how to extract the bounce and turn from any surface, but this surface has been definitely in her favor. And we also saw how Kavisha has been bowling, so definitely West Indies should be looking somewhere to get somewhere close to 120, 130 to put up a good total on board here. So 7 overs to go, and the run rate now 5.23, and Taylor definitely needs to get a move on. She's batting less than on the ball. I mean, both of them are batting less than on the ball, but Taylor 20 of 29 here. Here is Nashika De Silva running into bowl to Dottin. This time, good length delivery, angling into the wickets there, and Dottin tried to shuffle across the leg stump, but only managed to tap it back to the bowler there. That'll just be a dot ball here. Great start here. And ladies and gentlemen, I have a stat out for you. It's been 40 balls since we saw a boundary in this game. It's been 40 balls here, close to 6.4 overs here. 6.4 overs since we saw a boundary being scored in this T20 game. That's absolutely something that West Indies will have to get to. They badly need a boundary coming in every single over henceforth to get to somewhere close to 130 here, 120 here. This time, Lashika straying into the pads there. and Dartin trying to flick it away towards the onside. Once again, the ball crashing into the bats, and that'll just be a dot wall here. Someone will need to play those big shots here because the run rate is extremely falling now. Just 5.1 here, the run rate. West Indies will definitely need to get a move on here. Here is Dottin all set to face. This time a slow ball angling into the batter, and she's just happy to guide it along towards the long on fielder there. And that'll be one run here. 13.3 overs. 13.3 overs, 69 for 3, and West Indies definitely need to move on. Someone will have to play the big shots here. Is it going to be Taylor or is it going to be Dottin here? We'll have to wait and watch because someone will need to get the boundaries because it's almost been 7 overs since we saw a boundary here. 42 balls since we saw a boundary in this game here. Here is Nilashika De Silva this time. Full length delivery, angling into the batter. She's hit it past the bowler, and that'll be just one run towards the long on region there. The singles wouldn't be minding the Sri Lankans as much as the boundaries because it's almost been close to 7.2 overs since 7.1 overs since West Indies last scored a boundary, and Sri Lanka managing to keep these batters at bay. Nevertheless, they have built a partnership here, 42 of 57, a steady partnership, and what we all have to see is how they managed to set their eye in and how they managed to get enough understanding of the kind of surface they're batting on, and will they be playing some shots here. This time she's tried to play the scoop shot here, but it's a Yorker link delivery. I think it's hit on her toes, but I think off the inside edge here, a half-hearted appeal there, and that will be just a dot ball there, nothing more there. Beg your pardon there, just hitting the back of the bat there, and that will be a dot ball here. Here is a dot in, string down the leg. Once again, off the pass. The ball's running away towards the short fine leg fielder there. That'll just be one run here. And that'll be the end of the over after 14th over here. 70 for 3 here. The run rate now falling to 5 runs and over here. 5.07 here, the run rate. Thank you, Walney Golding, for your message here. This is very, very poor batting indeed. One would not believe that they are batting in the West Indies. Definitely Walney Golding. This is a poor batting, but what I would what I would see positively is that I think they are under transition phase here. The West Indies team, especially the women's, are under transition phase. And I mean, if you have seen the first T20I, they were bundled out for 49. They played extremely poor, and if you saw the second, but lucky there, rain saved them, and because before Sri Lanka could just cross 7 runs in 2 overs, the rain started pouring profusely, and the game was called off. And in the second game too, West Indies extremely poor with the bat there, and they were not bundled out. I think 101 for 9 off the 20 overs here, and I think considering those two circumstances, I think tonight's a better performance because these two realize that they too need to stay to at least put up a score on board, because the rest of them suddenly collapse, and that's the reason I think these two have shouldered responsibility, or they're probably playing in such a manner that one of them stays till the end and ensure that they get a fighting total on board. I think 72 for 3. They managed to set their eye in. They managed to build that partnership. Therefore, the partnership is now 44 of 60, and hopefully one of them carries on to play that big knocks, or someone takes those risks, and somewhere they can aid West Indies to get somewhere close to 120 or 125 there. And this time the ball angling into the batter there, and this time she's driven it towards the long on region there, gently tapping it, and before Athapaththu can come to the ball, the batters come back for 2 runs here. And today, to be honest, the wicket's a little bit tough there. As you can see, the kind of turn and bounce the spinners are managing to extract the degree of turn. So I think West Indies need to be clever with the kind of bowling they would be bowling to Sri Lanka, and probably also they would need to be disciplined there because what's cost them is indiscipline with the bowling in the last game, and also poor batting. They're bundled out for 49 in the first game, bundled out for 100, almost bundled out for 101 in the second game there. So I think 74 for 3, they will be happy at this stage, probably having wickets in hand. They can look at getting 45, 50 runs. I think 120, 125 should be okay on this wicket here. This time coming down the wicket there and off the outside edge, and I think she's missed stumping if I'm not wrong here. Sugandhika there, wonderful bowling once again, 2.4 overs, 2 for 12, and this is a missed opportunity here from the wicketkeeper. We'll have to wait for the replay there. This time banged in shot and she's driven it towards the cover point fielder there. That'll just be a dot ball here. Someone will need to get a move on here. Stephanie Taylor, 23 of 34. Definitely she needs to play that big shot, really short, because it's almost been 8.5 overs since we saw our last boundary scored in this innings here. Once again, poor ball outside the off-stump, shot and a lot of width. But Stephanie Taylor, she's only managed to cut it straight towards the fielder in the point region there along the ground. She is absolutely livid with that, because that was an easy freebie on offer. And that'll just be a dot ball here after the 15th over here. 74 for 3 here. West Indies, they definitely have wickets in hand. 30 more balls to go. How much more can they get? Can they get 50 more runs of the last 5 year and ensure they get somewhere close to 110, 120 here? Because it could be a difficult target with the kind of bowling, the kind of wicket that's been on offer, and the kind of spin the bowlers have been able to generate. I think Sri Lanka have definitely bowled as per the plans and to the strengths of the wicket there, and definitely bowled to the field there. Here is dot in. Can she start playing those big shots here? It's almost been 8.5 overs since we saw our last boundary. This time she's tried to go for the reverse sweep here. She's missed the ball onto the baddie. And the ball's running away towards the short fine leg region there. And Taylor pushing her for the single there. The fielder has a shy at the bowler's end. But I think she's just managed to come back in time. And that'll just be a leg by here. 75 for 3 after 15.1 overs here. This time straying down the leg. Taylor goes for the sweep shot there, but doesn't manage to find the gap, only dragging it along towards the deep square leg region there. That'll just be a single here. The run rate now dropping below 5 here. The run rate 4.96. Taylor definitely needs to get a move on here. She's batting on 24 of 36 and Dot in 28 of 35. I think both the batters need to use the big handle there. Otherwise, this is going to look extremely difficult because West Indies will struggle even to get towards 105 here. This time, dot in, good ball, sharp turn to the ball, pitching a flight delivery, and just turning a lot from the batter there. Wonderful degree of turn. I mean, this surface is definitely behaving oddly. The kind of extra bounce and the kind of turn this bowlers have managed to extract. Definitely looking a tough wicket to bat on here. Here is Ranavira this time. Once again, flight delivery, and it was a full length delivery. And Dottin going to play the reverse sweep, completely missing the ball. And the ball's into the hands of the keeper. That'll be one more dot ball here. The pressure is climbing with every dot ball here. 3.4 overs, 1 for 16 here for Ranavira. I think Taylor's called Dot into her pep talk here. Probably has she told her that let's go and play the big shots here. Probably, I hope that is, because it's almost been 9.4 overs now since we saw our last boundary in this game here. Here is Ranavira this time. Dot in. Wonderful ball there from Ranavira. Extremely good ball. All the batter had to do was tap it back to the bowler there. Wonderful. She's been phenomenal for Sri Lanka over the years, and the kind of spin and the kind of bounce she's been able to extract. She's kept it simple. She comes in with the arm and she bowls the ball into the right hander. This time she shuffled across the leg stump there, shackled across the off stump there, and it was a full length delivery, and she's tried to sweep it. I think she's missed the ball completely, and it's wrapped around the pads. And an appeal here from Ranavira, and the umpire doesn't hesitate to lift the finger there, and Dottin's been given out here, and that will be the 4th wicket here for Sri Lanka here. Wonderful ball, Ranavira picking up her 2nd wicket of the last ball of a spell. Poor batting there, shuffled way across the off stump, and the ball was angling into the middle stump there, and she's tried to play the sweep shot. She's missed the ball as the ball goes on to hit to a bat leg, and she's trapped in the funds, and Deandra Dottin has been dismissed for 28 of 39. LBW Ranavira, and Ranavira picks up her 2nd wicket of the evening off the last ball of a spell here. 4 overs, 16 for 2 here. Wonderful spell here from Inoka Ranavira. Absolute masterclass spell here. And just 2 runs and a wicket coming off this over. And with that, 16 overs done, 76 for 4 here, West Indies. And to all the folks who are watching the stream, kindly hit that like button there. And also please ensure you hit that subscribe button there. And you can also support our channel in multiple ways here. You can also drop in a super chat, which is available in your chat box there. And you can also use the scanner on the left there, where you can support us through contributing towards our stream and contributing towards investing towards our recovery. And that's the reason you can feel free to help us in any manner you want. And also don't forget to hit the subscribe button there. 76 for 4 after 16 overs here. And Kavisha, none for 10 here. Here is Kavisha into her fourth over. She's bowled wonderfully once again. Wonderful ball. As soon as she saw the batter charging down the wicket, she's throwing it wide outside the off stump. And all Taylor could do was just tap it back to the bowler there. That'll be just a dot ball here. Taylor, 24 of 37, almost close to 10 overs now since we last saw Bond in this game here. So West Indies definitely have to blame themselves here. This time, once again, the ball straying down the bat. She's gone for the sweep shot there. The ball hits her pads and the ball running away to a short fine leg region there. The fielder there in the short fine leg region having a shy at the bowler's end. And the ball running away towards the long off fielder there. The batters were interested to run for the overthrow. But Henry denying the overthrow. And that'll be just one run and 77 for 4 here. Here is Henry facing a first ball of her innings here. This time, flight delivery outside the off stump. She's driven it towards the long off region there, and she's off the mark here. Henry, 1 of 1 here. Someone will have to play the big shots here. Otherwise, it's looking extremely difficult here for West Indies, as they will have to win this game to save this contest here, to level this series here. Otherwise, Sri Lanka will be walking away with a 2-0 win here. This time, Taylor decides it's sufficient time that has seen a lot, and flight delivery outside the off stump, and Taylor charges down the ground. She's gone aerial. She's managed to hit it high in the air, but no timing, no connection, and no power behind the shot. Straight down the throat of Nilashika at the long off region there, and she's been dismissed here. Poor batting here from Stephanie Taylor. I mean, she stood all the while in this, all the while on this wicket, playing those 39 balls, and then she's thrown away a wicket, and probably should have batted a bit more sensible, and probably should have rotated the strike a bit more rather than consuming the dot balls here. And she's managed to play 39 balls and only 24 runs, as she's been caught at the long off region there. And Kavisha picking up her first wicket of the evening, Stephanie Taylor dismissed for 24 runs of 39 balls off the bowling of Kavisha here. And Kavisha Dilhari picking up her first wicket of the evening in her fourth over here. And West Indies 78 for 5 after 16.4 overs here. Claxton out there in the middle for West Indies. Jazara Claxton. She's managed to hit it towards the long on region, and that will be just a single for here, and she'll be off the mark here. This is the third T20 international. The series on the line here for West Indies. A win for them could mean that they can level the series, but a win for Sri Lanka would mean that they would go 2-0 here. Lucky for West Indies, the first game they were bundled out for 49, but during Sri Lanka's chase in the second over, rain coming and the ball being called off, and that's the reason the first one ended up being abandoned. And in the second one, once again, poor batting from West Indies in the second one to just 101 for 9 overs, 101 for 9 after 20 overs there. And Sri Lanka going on to win that game by 4 wickets and probably 11 balls to spare or something. 11 balls to spare, if I'm not wrong, yes. And today, Sri Lanka once again winning the toss and opting to field. And West Indies, I think Hayley Matthews and Brathwaite fell early, and Hector, I'm not sure why Hector was promoted up the order tonight on number 3, and she played a poor shot off the full toss, trying to sweep the ball, dismissed for 5 of 3, and Taylor and Dottin putting up that partnership, extremely slow-paced partnership, 24 of 39 and 28 of 39 for both the batters respectively, and they have been dismissed lately, and it's 80 for 5 after 17 overs, 3 more overs to go. How much more can the Windies get here? This time Athapaththu into a second over here, straying down the leg, and I think it's off the patch. It's just ricocheted towards the short fine leg fielder there, and that'll just be a single here. Someone will have to play those quick shots here. Just 17 more balls to go here. Here is Athapaththu. This time, full length delivery. She's driven it straight towards the cover fielder there. Poor batting there. Lot of width. Full length delivery. Drive length ball. She's only managed to hit it straight towards the cover fielder along the ground. That will be a dot ball here. The run rate now 4.67. This time a quicker delivery, and Claxton tries to play the pull shot here, completely missing the ball. I think off the edge, the ball goes away towards the short fine leg region there. And Henry was interested for the run there, but Claxton in no mood to even look at running partner there, and that'll be a dot ball here. Once again, flighted outside the off stump. She's driven it once again straight towards the cover fielder there. I mean, what is happening there? I think the run rate, but this time they managed to cross over for a single here. Beg your pardon there. They're scampered for a quick single here. But once again, poor shot driving it straight towards the cover fielder there. This time, Athapaththu, false start here. She'll have to stop through her run up, and she'll have to go back here because the fielder was still moving there. Here is Athapaththu running into bowl to Henry. This time a quicker delivery, and she's just tapped it in the front of cover point region, and they'll cross over for an easy single here. 83 for 5 after 17.5 overs. The run rate shot at 4.65. It's close to almost 12 and a half overs since we last saw a boundary in this game. Poor stuff here from the Windies. This time a Yorker length delivery. She's York Claxton, and that'll be just a wonderful ball here. Great over here. Just 3 runs coming off this 18th over from Athapaththu. She's made a wonderful comeback after being smashed for 8 runs of the first over. She's just given a 3 runs off this over, a crucial 18th over, and that'll be just 83 for 5 here for West Indies. And I'm not sure what the West Indies will be doing having those wickets in hand. I mean, they are extremely found it extremely tough to get the scoreboard ticking, extremely tough to keep the strike rotating, and I'm not sure because the wicket's also behaving oddly because there's a sharp turn there, and with the kind of turn and bounce the wicket's been offering, I think probably that's the reason they are struggling out there in the middle. Here is Sugandhika. This time she's banged it short, and for the first time Henry rocks back and she smashed it, and the ball just going over the deep mid-wicket field. There's 6 runs here from Henry there. Much required boundary here for West Indies here. The boundary coming almost after 12 and a half overs here, to almost close to 12 and a half or 12.3 overs here. Wonderful shot here. Ball banged in shot, and she's rocked back and smashed it, a freebie. And Henry, we all know she can play the big shots here, and hopefully West Indies will be hoping to get a couple of more shots from the big Henry there. Here is Sugandhika running into ball to Henry. Outside the off stump, she's driven it towards the cover point fielder there, and the batters will not be taking a single here. Claxton was keen to get to the other end, but Henry is sending her back. She wants to have much of the strike in this over here. Left-hander into the Henry, and she definitely fancies taking the left-hander on. This time, poor ball there. She shuffled way across the off stump, and Henry swept it. The ball going past the short fine leg fielder there. The ball running away into the boundary there. 4 runs there. Wonderful shot there. Wonderful adjustment there. Good ball there from Sugandhika, but she's managed to shuffle way across the off stump, and she's managed to sweep it past the short fine leg fielder there for a boundary there. And Athapaththu there asking the bowler to relax. Athapaththu asking the bowler to take her time there, not to hurry into ball, to take her time and think and ball there. Good captaincy there for trying to calm a bowler there despite the 2 hits to the boundary. Here is Sugandhika. Once again, banks in shot outside the off stump. Poor ball there with no protection out there in the deep. She's managed to slice the ball in the air over the point fielder, and the ball will be running away into the boundary there, teasing the 2 fielders there, the cover point fielder and the point fielder, who's gone on to chase the ball. But eventually the ball winning in the end, and that will be 4 runs here. Where was Henry all this while? Why couldn't they send in Henry at the 14th or the 15th over and get these kind of shots? I'm not sure why the likes of Doughton and the likes of Taylor did not play this brand of cricket, and they were playing an extremely safe brand of cricket here. They're trying to keep the wicket safe. They're trying to play those safe shots, not at all trying to take any kind of risk there, not at all even making to attempts to score runs there. And Walney, Golding, can't see them making 100 runs, and that cannot win at all. Definitely, I think they'll be making 100 runs. I think in the next over here, last over here, I think they'll be somewhere making close to 105, 110. I think Henry will have to do the bulk of scoring here. And we never know because to chase the target of 101 last game too, Sri Lanka struggled and somehow they managed to score 101 for 6 there. And I'm not sure if 105 or 110 is going to be enough. But definitely, I think they can put up a fight if they bowl in the right regions. And I think they need to start with the spin as early as possible and throw the ball slower through the air and take the pace away from the ball. And then they could definitely have an outside chance here. But rightfully pointed out there, Walning Golding can't see them winning this time. Claxton's gone for the reverse sweep there. Beautiful shot there. The ball, and she smashed it way over the point fielder there. And the ball into the stands here. 6 runs there. Wonderful shot there from Claxton. And she's gone for the reverse sweep and she's managed to get underneath the ball and she smashed it over the point field, and the ball running away and ball sailing into the stands here. 6 runs here, expensive over here. 21 runs coming off it after 13 overs of not seeing a single boundary. We managed to see 4 boundaries in a single over. Take a ball, ladies and gentlemen. 13 overs of no boundaries, and then all of a sudden we see 4 boundaries in a single over. That is 2 fours and 2 sixes coming off the 19th over here. And Sugandhika Kumari, 21 runs coming off a last over, and she finishes a spell of 4 overs, 4 overs, 2 wickets for 32, and that brings up the 100 here for West Indies. 104 for 5 after 19 overs here. This time a full toss here from Athapaththu. Poor ball there. That's a freebie. You can't bowl that ball to Henry into her hitting arc, and she's pulled it way into the deep mid-wicket region for a big 6 here. Wonderful shot here from Henry. Poor ball from Athapaththu running in, and she's bowled a full toss in the hitting slot of Henry, and we all know she can smack it big, and she smashed it towards the mid-wicket region for a big 6 here. Here is Athapaththu running into ball to Henry. Slowed it slower through the air, and Henry, who was charging down the ground, had to adjust a shot. She's managed to sweep it towards the towards the deep mid-wicket region there, and the batters will scamper for a quick two there. Athapaththu not happy with them taking the two, but Henry will retain strike back here. She's been doing the bulk of the scoring. 11 balls, 25. Ladies and gentlemen, there. That's the kind of innings you wanted to see, and that's the kind of innings you need to play in a T20 international innings. And I'm not sure why they sent us so late, especially with this batter having such kind of prowess to clear the ropes here. Once again, she's bowled it into the pads here. She's tucked it away towards the deep mid-wicket region there. That'll be 2 runs here. Wonderful batting here. Once again, 10 runs coming off the first 3 balls here. 114 for 5. I mean, the last 2 overs definitely pushing West Indies close to 120, and they'll be extremely happy. And that's the reason I was worrying when Stephanie Taylor and Dottin were consuming so much dot balls there. I mean, they could have rotated the strikes, but in urge to play those big shots, they managed to miss a lot of balls, and that's the reason the pressure kept building. And I think they were below run a ball at all times during the innings here. Here is Athapaththu. Can Henry hit her for 6? She's come down the ground there, and once again she swept it wonderfully. This time beautifully bisecting the field there in the deep there on the leg side. The ball running away between the deep square leg fielder and the deep mid-wicket region there. Wonderful shot here from Henry. She's raced on to 31 here. 31 of 13 balls from Henry. What a wonderful knock we are seeing. Could this be the knock of this innings here? Could this be the knock of this game here? Wonderful cameo here from Henry, taking West Indies all the way to 118 now, close to 120, and that'll definitely do a world of good here. The last 2 overs has seen 6 boundaries, whereas the last 12 overs has not even seen 1 boundary. This time, good ball there. They are coming in from over the wicket this time. A Yorker length delivery, and she's only managed to squeeze it back to the bowler here. Last ball here, 118 for 5. Can we get to 6 here? See a 6 here and set the target as a 125 here. Can we get to see a 6 here? Athapaththu running in from over the wicket to bowl to Henry. This time Henry stays deep in the crease and she smashed it towards the wide of long on region there. I think the batters will come back and no beg your pardon there. They'll just be happy with 1 run there, and that'll just be a single here as West Indies finish 119 for 5 after 20 overs here. And 119 for 5 after 20 overs here. And 15 runs coming off the last over here. 15 runs off the last over. And 21 runs coming off the 19th over here. So 36 runs coming off the last 2 overs. Ladies and gentlemen, take about 36 runnings coming off the last 2 overs. And courtesy, it has taken West Indies to 119 for 5 after 20 overs here. And Henry batting at unbeaten on 32 of 15, 3 fours and 2 sixes with a strike rate of 213.3 have managed to propel West Indies to 119 for 5. And Sri Lanka will now have to chase 120 with a strike rate with a required run rate of 6 runs and over here. And with that said, hope you're enjoying the stream and hope you're enjoying the commentary. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button there, because every single subscription will mean the world to us in this fight, in this battle against my fifth cancer at the age of 33. And every single subscription will give us the hope to come back stronger, will give us the hope to believe in life, and will give us the hope that despite all the odds, that I did not give up on my passion here of being a sports journalist and promoting sports in the right directions here. So 119 for 5 after 20 overs and the required run rate and the target for Sri Lanka in this final T20 international would be 120 here. A win for West Indies would mean that they will go on to level the series, but otherwise Sri Lanka will go on to win the series 2-1 here. 2-0, I beg your pardon there. So let's have a look at the scorecard there. Sri Lanka earlier winning to the toss at Grenada this evening, and they put the West Indies into bat. Hayley Matthews caught and bowled by Chamari. Poor start there, 8 runs of 9 balls, and then Brathwaite today, 8 runs of 9 balls there. She was dismissed, caught by Silva, bowled by once again Chamari. And then Hector, their poor batting. I'm not sure why she was promoted up the order, probably trying to play that anchor role, floater role and get those big runs in the initially during the power play, but she failed for a full toss. She was clean bowled off a full toss, the bowling of Ivana Ranavira there. And then Stephanie Taylor and Diarra Rodin, they were trying to stabilize the innings at one stage, but I think in the later half they consumed a lot of dot balls there, which led them to play less than run a ball there. Stephanie Taylor, 24 of 39, with a strike rate of 61.54, and Diandra Rodin, 28 of 39, with a strike rate of 71.79 there. And Shinel Henry, take a ball, ladies and gentlemen, 32 of 15 balls, strike rate of 213.33, propelling West Indies to 119 there. And with the likes of Claxton with that 6, scoring 8 of 6 balls there, but giving her the much required support here with the partnership of the 6th wicket being 41 of 20. 41 of 20, more than the strike rate is 200. The strike rate of the partnership is 200 plus there, and that propelling West Indies to set a target of 120 in this final T20 international here. To all the folks who are watching the stream, hope you're enjoying the commentary. Hope you're enjoying the game. And as I said, please do let us know in the chat box from which part of the world you're watching the stream. And also do let us know which team you're supporting tonight. And if at all you can manage to support us, you can drop in a super chat as that's available in your chat box here. And also you can also scan to support our recovery and stream so that we get in better tools for our stream here, because we are just starting out on YouTube and it's been a depth kind of last 2.5 years battling my fifth cancer there. So that's the reason we have started this on YouTube, because earlier I used to be on the ground with my camera, and this is the first time I'm doing something out on YouTube, and this is a learning curve. And thank you for all the support, and because a few people have started to believe in this journey, I'm waking up with the motivation here. So please feel free to let us know in the chat box there, and we'll be definitely happy to hear. Let's just take a short break here. I'll just go and grab my water bottle. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned on Sports Beyond Cancer. We'll be back here in a couple of minutes here. I'll just go grab my water bottle, just stretch my back, and we'll be back continuing the stream here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the chase here. As Sri Lanka are looking to chase 120 to win this series here, while West Indies will be keen to defend 120 to level the series here. The required run rate 6 runs and over, and straight away West Indies opting to start with spin here. James has been thrown the ball, and this time wide outside the off stump. She's cut it in the air, and Hasini and the ball running away towards the third man region there, and fielder there from the backward point region runs back, and she'll cut it away as the batters will cross over for 2 runs here, and she's off the mark here. Hasini with that 2 runs, she's off the mark, and Sri Lanka en route towards the chase of 120 here. To all the folks who joined us on Sports Beyond Cancer here, hope you're enjoying the stream and hope you're enjoying the commentary and hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful time watching this game here, enjoying the cricketing spectacle across the globe, be it the Cricket World Cup, be it the kind of women's tournaments that's been on offer. The Pakistan-South Africa tournament was absolutely wonderful. The India-Australia tournament going on there with the one-day series concluded, and we are just waiting for a test match at Perth here. And now the final game here of the T20 international circuit between West Indies versus Sri Lanka here. 120 the target here, and just 3 runs coming off the first 3 balls here. Hasini picks up a single towards the deep square, and in the deep square that will be just a single here. Here is James running into ball to Athapaththu there, this time straying down the leg, and that will be a white ball there. Well, the West Indies need to be disciplined here because they can't give easy. This time, James once again angling into the pads, and she's driven it towards the deep mid-wicket region there. Protection out there in the deep, and that'll just be a 1 run here for the batter. And Athapaththu is off the mark here. This is Zaida James, the youngster who's been brought into the side today, has been thrown away the ball straight away for the first over here. Spin to win here. This time was angling into the pad, straying down the leg. Hasini happy to tuck it away towards the deep square leg region there. That will be a single here. 6 for no loss after 0.4 overs here. West Indies would need early wickets here because that's the only way they can keep themselves in the hunt in this game and also in the hunt in their pursuit to level this series here. So here is James now coming in from over the wicket here. Once again, straying down the leg. Once again, Athapaththu tries to flick it away, but misses the ball. Eventually, that will be a white ball here. And the umpires will have to flex her arm here. And 7 of the first over here, James, she's a little bit nervous. The youngster opening the spell here, opening for bowling for West Indies. A full toss onto the pads, not the kind of ball you would want to bowl. And Athapaththu, that's a freebie on offer. And Athapaththu punishes her by smashing it towards the wide off long on region there. The ball running away into the boundary there. 4 runs here, and that will be the first boundary here for Sri Lanka. And not the kind of start West Indies would have hoped for. Or 11 for no loss after 0.5 overs here. Here is James now. Once again, a full toss this time. And the ball just going towards the mid-on fielder there. The mid-on fielder there putting in a dive towards the left. And she's almost managed to hold on to the catch there. But as soon as she completed the dive, she's grasped the ball there. She's grasped the ball. How costly could that drop chance be? That was the catch of the Sri Lankan skipper Athapaththu there. The ball once again full toss, and Athapaththu trying to drive it towards the drive it towards the mid-on fielder there. The ball has been hit in the air towards the left of the mid-on fielder, and she's dived towards the left, held on to the catch, and as soon as she lands, I think she's grasped the ball, and that will be a big drop chance here, and the Sri Lankan captain will survive, and they'll cross over for a single here. That will be 12 for no loss after the end of first over here. How costly could that drop chance be? How costly could that drop chance be? Hector with that drop chance. Hector there putting a dive towards her left, and she's managed to grasp the ball there. How costly could that drop be? Because that was a catch of Athapaththu there this time. Shea Henry was into the attack. She's batted beautifully, but starts away with the poor ball. They're straying down the leg, and she's just flicked it off her pads towards the deep square leg region there. And Athapaththu will come back for 2 runs. Sri Lanka on the move here. 14 for no loss after 1.1 overs here. And once again, Henry, she did it with the bat tonight for West Indies, scoring those late onslaught with a strike rate of 200 plus. She's managed to score 32 of 15 for West Indies at the end of the innings here. But now with the ball, can she do wonders for Sri Lanka, for West Indies with the ball here this time? Good link delivery, angling away from the left-hander, and Athapaththu charging down the pitch, but happy to just defend it towards the cover point fielder. That will be a good ball here from Henry and well acknowledged there by Athapaththu there. 8 runs of 5 Athapaththu, 14 for no loss. Sri Lanka 1.2 overs in pursuit of 120 here. Sri Lanka will be keen to get a win to win this series, but West Indies on the other hand, a win for them would mean that they will be leveling the series here. This time banged in shot, a lot of it outside the off stump. Athapaththu rocks back and just places the ball in the air, and the ball's gone in the air past the short third man fielder and the backward point fielder there into the boundary in the third man region there. 4 runs there coming off the blade of Athapaththu. She is in a hurry. The ball was banged in shot, and climbing onto the batter, she rocks back and opens the face of the bat, and using the pace of the bowler, she's placed it perfectly here. Athapaththu, what an absolute shot here. Classic shot here from Athapaththu. Here is Henry running into bowl to Athapaththu, angling onto the bats, and she's just tucked it away towards the front of the mid-wicket region there. And the batters will scamper for a quick single here. Good running and good communication between the batters. And Athapaththu is off the strike here. West Indies, they will have to bowl perfectly. They will have to bowl wonderfully here, because it's been such a kind of a surface here, because as you saw, the Sri Lankan bowlers, they managed to extract the kind of turn, they managed to extract the degree of turn and the kind of bounce they got, especially that extra bounce when the spinners were in action. I think West Indies should also be looking to take the pace of the ball. I know first over, I think it has gone for 12 runs, but I think nervous start here from Yamis James, because she was given the thrown in the first over. I think a nervous start here. Probably Hayley Matthews should come in as early as possible, and probably that could do the wonders here, because we all saw how tough it was to bat out there for the West Indian batters when the spinners came into action. I think that's the reason. I think Henry should also be utilizing variations and using the slow ones and back of the hand deliveries and the off cutters there, and that could probably get some fruits from the surface here. Here is Henry running into bowl to Athapaththu there. This time once again, poor ball there. Indisciplined line, straying down the leg, bowls in quick outside the leg stump, and all Athapaththu had to ensure was that she gets some wood on the bat, and the ball running away towards the deep fine leg region there. 4 runs, absolute freebie here, and Sri Lanka on the move here. 24 for no loss after 2 overs here. What a wonderful shot here. It was a freebie on offer, and all she had to do was get some bat onto it, and the ball's run away into the boundary here. 12 runs of the first over, 12 runs of the second over, and Sri Lanka 24 for no loss after 2 overs, chasing 120 here. And thank you, Umesh Patel, 5943. Good to listen in English language. Thank you so much for being so kind, Umesh Patel, and for acknowledging the stream here. Hope you managed to hit the subscribe button there, and kindly hit the like button, and also share it with your friends and family, because here we want to build a community where we promote sports in the right direction, and where we use sports as a catalyst to promote positivity in the community, to promote sports participation in the community, and ensure that we uphold sportsmanship spirit, unlike other streamers who just mock players, ridicule players, and also create memes in the name of players, use derogatory words in the name of players, because that fetches them a lot of views, almost close to 600k, 700k views. But here we only want to use sports and promote sports in the right direction here. Thank you so much there, Umesh Patel, for your kind message there. Here is Matthews now into the attack. Wonderful ball there, throwing it slow through the air, tossing it, and the ball pitching outside the off stump and turning away from Hasini from the left-hander, and that will just be a dot ball as she defends it just towards the front of the cover point field there. Can she get a breakthrough? Hayley Matthews, she's done it multiple number of times through her career, but can she do it for West Indies tonight? This time, once again, a little bit short, but Hasini taps it away towards the backward point field there. That will just be a dot ball here. Well, a couple of wickets here could make the game interesting. West Indies will be eager to get early breakthroughs, but Sri Lanka have managed to get off to a flyer here. 24 of no loss after 2.2. Here is Matthews there. This time she's trying to shuffle way across the off stump, and she's tried to just sweep the ball and guide it towards the deep fine leg region there. But I think off the pad, the ball's run away towards the short third man region there, and that'll just be a dot ball there. I'm not sure if it hit her helmet. I beg your pardon there. I think it's come off her helmet as she gone for the scoop shot. I think off the edge. We'll have to wait and watch there because I think the concussion substitute will be brought as per protocols, if I'm not wrong there. Yes, concussion substitute being brought on there. Hasini tried to play the cheeky sweep shot towards the fine leg region there. And I think the ball off the edge hitting her helmet, and I think we'll have to wait and watch for the replay because it was so quick there. Oh, beg your pardon there. No bad on that. Directly trying. It's gone and hit on a neck region there. And the physiotherapist there ensuring the concussion test there. And she's doing fine there, Hasini. She seems to be fine, and that'll just be a dot ball there. And kindly hit that subscribe button there because it's been almost 1.5 hours of this game and stream. We've only managed to get just 4 or 5 subscriptions there. Kindly hit that subscribe button there because that will take just 2 seconds of your life, but that will give me a motivation to continue this fight. Fifth cancer at the age of 33, and it's been extremely difficult to have lose out on my passion. I've been working as a sports journalist for 8 years, but the fifth cancer took away 2.5 years as I was battling life and death. But now I entered remission, and that's the reason you're starting something on YouTube. Otherwise, I would have been extremely happy to be out there on the field with my sports camera, interviewing players, talking to players, covering these games. But unfortunately, this is the best I can do because I did not want to give up on my passion because the fifth cancer came into my life at the age of 33. So please be kind enough and hit that subscribe button there. And also, if you can also manage to go contribute towards my cause, towards my fight, and towards my passion, so that we bring in more tools for scoring, more tools for games, and also that I can cater to my recovery and my medical funds there. You can feel free to contribute towards the super chat, and also you can also use the buy me a coffee option, which is on the left screen there with the QR code there. So thank you so much for all the motivation and support you do. Every single contribution helps us in this journey, in this fight here, because we did not want to give up on life, because I know it's life has tested us to the limits here, taking every single ounce of energy, every single ounce of life that I had built, my career, everything that I built absolutely shattered because 5 cancers at the age of 33 has definitely managed to take it all away. But one thing it could not take away, despite all, was my passion for sports and sports journalism, because since childhood I only wanted to use sports as a catalyst to promote sports in the right direction and promote sports participation in the community here. Here is Hayley Matthews now running into bowl to Athapaththu. Flight delivery, Athapaththu charges down the ground. She goes over the infield. Beautiful shot there. Flight delivery outside the off stump. And Athapaththu charges down the ground. And she's managed to get underneath the ball, and she smashed it as the ball's gone towards the boundary there. 4 runs there towards the long off region there. 4 runs to end the over, and that will be 29 for no loss after the end of 3 overs here. And this is definitely looking like going Sri Lanka's way. They are on to the chase as soon as possible. They have gone off to a dream flying start here in the chase here. Here is Shinel Henry into a second over here. This time, good length delivery, and the ball shaping away from the left-hander. She's driven it towards the cover field there. That'll just be a dot ball here. West Indies require key early wickets here. Only wickets can get them this victory, so that they ensure that they manage to get a draw of this contest here. a draw. So they get a draw of this series here. A win for them will mean that the series will be leveled, but a win for Sri Lanka will mean that they'll go on to win it 2-0 here. Here is Henry running into ball to Hasini, and this time off the inside edge, and the ball's running away towards the point fielder there. And Athapaththu wanted a single. She was running in towards the batting end, but Hasini sent her back, and Athapaththu had to scamper back towards the bowler's end, and no damage in the end there. That'll just be a dot ball here. Confusion between the two batters out there in the middle at Grenada, the Sri Lankan batters, openers, but nevertheless, no damage done there. Here is Shinel Henry. This time banks it in a little bit short, and she's pulled it away. Asini, and the ball going towards the deep square leg region there, and that'll be just one run here. A couple of bounces into the fielder. That'll just be a single here. 120 the target, and Sri Lanka getting off to a flyer start here. 3.3 overs, 30 for 9, no loss here. Athapaththu especially, she's batting on 21 for 9. She was dropped initially by Hector there, and that's the reason I said how costly could have that catch been, because apart from her, even Hasini is struggling out on this wicket, but Athapaththu, she's seems to be batting on a different kind of wicket here, and she's on managed to race away to 21 of 9, and that's the kind of batter she is, because she is extremely strong, and she utilizes the fielding restrictions to her strength here. This time bouncer, and she's managed to pull it away and keep it on the ground, and the ball just going away towards the deep square leg region there, and that will be deep fine leg region, beg your pardon there, and that will just be a single here. 31 for no loss, 3.4 overs. West Indies requiring early wickets here. They definitely need a breakthrough. Can Henry give them a breakthrough? Hector will be still disappointed about the drop chance of Athapaththu. How much would this cost West Indies tonight? This time, once again, banged it short, and she's pulled it away wonderfully this time. And the ball running away towards the deep fine leg region there. Good fielding as she just managed to roll the ball, and the ball just popping out of her hand and rolling away towards the fielder coming in from the deep mid wicket region there. But the batters will just be happy with a single there. And see them hitting 100 runs. Here is Henry running into ball to Athapaththu. This time on the hips, and she's managed to tuck it away towards the short fine leg region there. Good running there, scamper for a quick single. And 4 runs coming off this over here. And after the end of 4 overs here, 33 for no loss. And the required run rate now, 5.44. And West Indies desperately need some wickets to go their way. And they'll be hoping 1 wicket brings 2 and 2 brings in 3, because that's the only way they can go on to win this game here. And someone will have to restrict the run flow of Chamari Athapaththu there, because she's been batting beautifully. She's been playing those big shots, and unfortunate there that the header dropped her initially early through the innings, and how costly could that drop chance be, which should be costing West Indies the game here. We'll have to wait and watch, because after the end of 4 overs, 33 for no loss here, and the required run rate just 5.44, as Sri Lanka required just 87 of 96 balls here. And to all the folks watching Sports Beyond Cancer, this is Saurav Vittalmurthy, kindly requesting you hit that subscribe button and help us in this fight and help us in this cause here. This time we are coming in from over the wicket, and the ball's just tucked away towards the mid-on fielder there, and that'll just be a single here for Athapaththu there. Good running between the two batters, good communication, and they'll cross over for an easy single here. Here is Matthews running into ball to Hasini. Good ball. The ball climbing onto the batter, and the ball's been just tapped away towards the left of Matthews, and his camper for a quick single there, tapped in towards the mid-wicket region. And before Matthews could go and have a shot at the batters, and Astini and Athapaththu crossing over for a single here, and good running, good communication this time on this occasion, and 35 for no loss after 4.2 overs. The required run rate now climbing to 5.43. And to all the folks who are logged in on Sports Beyond Cancer, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and also don't forget to let us know in the chat box that from which country you're watching the stream, and also for which team you're supporting tonight. This time, flight is way outside the off stump. Beautiful shot there from Athapaththu. She's just driven it past the cover point fielder, and the ball running away towards the boundary there, and that will be cut off at the boundary as the fielder there from the backward point region running in towards the boundary, and she's managed to just pull the ball in front of the ropes, and that will be 2 runs here. Wonderful shot here from Athapaththu, opening the face of the bat and just guiding the ball perfectly, placing the ball perfectly in the gap, and that will be 2 runs here for the legendary Chamari Athapaththu here. 26 of 13. She's batting at a strike rate of 200. It seems like she's batting on a completely different wicket, while the other batters are struggling out there, just like Hasini, who's been struggling today. And you saw a lot of West Indian batters struggling today, apart from Chanel Henry, who scored that 35 of 200, 35 of with a strike rate of 200 in the end of the innings there. But apart from that, every single person was struggling out there. This time, once again, full length delivery, angling onto the pads here, and she's charged down the wicket, and she's driven it past the mid-on fielder there, and the ball going towards the wide off long on region there, and the fielder there from the deep mid-wicket region will run towards the right, and she's managed to restrict the batters to 2 runs here. Wonderful shot here from Athapaththu, and she's not trying to just play those big shots. She's picking the gaps, and she's playing the ball as per the situation and as per the circumstance here. Here is Henry once again. Beautiful ball. This is the kind of turn I was talking about. Odd bounce, odd turn here. The ball bowled in from over the wicket to the left hand. The ball pitching outside the off stump, pitching on the off stump, and turning away sharply away from the left hander there. And good carry there and good bounce there for the wicket keeper. Wonderful, wonderful ball here from Henry. They would want to see much kinds of ball being bowled in that kind of channels here. And hopefully one managed to take the nick off the bat, and hopefully they would be able to see the back of Athapaththu as soon as possible, because when she gets going, it's extremely difficult to stop someone of the likes of Athapaththu here. Here is Matthews this time, a little bit short outside the off stump. She's just opened the face and tapped it towards the point fielder there. That will be a dot ball, and 5 overs, 39 for no loss after 5 overs here. And Sri Lanka require 81 of 90 balls. And to all the folks who joined us on Sports Beyond Cancer, hope you're having a wonderful time here. Hope you're enjoying the cricketing spectacle. And today, it's 12:23 a.m., so I should call it today here. It's 12:23 a.m. in India, so 7 p.m. We'll be also streaming the big semi-final one of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026. Take a ball, ladies and gentlemen. What a wonderful spectacle this entire tournament has been. What contest we've had in the last 2-3 days there. England versus New Zealand, then Pakistan versus Sri Lanka, and then India versus West Indies. All 3 games going down the wire. What an absolute contest we've had, and not just the last 3 games. I mean, the entire tournament since the day it started. The first game, Pakistan just managing to narrowly win a game against Netherlands with just 3 wickets in hand and 3 balls to spare, and off a drop chance, and then the batter goes on to score 24 runs there, and then Nepal almost managing to eliminate, defeat England in that contest there, and then Italy defeating Nepal by 10 wickets and 8 overs to spare. Take a ball, ladies and gentlemen. First time in the contest here in the ICC tournament, and they managed to bowl such wonderfully. Here is Karishma Ramrak. She's into the attack there. This time she's gone for the sweep shot here. Hasini, the ball's played fine. The fielder running in from the deep fine leg region there towards the left. Extremely wide fielder there in the deep fine leg region there. And the batters will come back for 2 runs here. 120 to target, 41 for no loss here, 5.1 overs. An extremely good run rate here for Sri Lanka. They'll be extremely happy batting a strike rate of 5.1 here. 5.33, I beg your pardon there. Here is Ramrak Karishma. Unlucky there for the bowler. The ball turning away from the batter, and an extremely odd bounce. She's gone for the hard slash cut shot, and off the outside edge, just going past the fielder and running away towards the third man region there. And the fielder there from the short third man region will have to run back and trace the ball just before the boundary there. Hector running all the way towards the boundary, and she's managed to restrict the batters to just 2 runs here. Hasini getting a move on here. the team of 16 here, Hayley Matthews and the Windies fans will be hoping for a couple of wickets here. Are there any West Indies fans in the stream box here? Kindly let us know. Are there any West Indies fans in the stream box here? This time, good length delivery, turning away from the left hand. A wonderful ball here. That's the kind of ball you want to bowl. And this surface definitely has something to offer for the spinners, especially when they flight the ball and then throw the ball slow through the air. And he rightfully saw the ball turning away from the batter. And it's off the edge, running away towards the short third. And then this time, good ball. And Hasini shuffles way across the off stump. Premeditated shot as she tucks it away towards the deep mid-wicket region there for a single here. Karishma Ramra can she get the big wicket of Athapaththu? West Indies definitely need a breakthrough. All the games just going away from that clutches here. They haven't managed to put a good score on board, but early wickets could have been key here. But definitely we need a big wicket here. The big wicket of Athapaththu would do a world of good here. Here is Karishma. It's 12:27 a.m. here in India. 7 p.m. tonight, we'll be having a big game, the semi-final between South Africa versus New Zealand in this men's T20 International T20 World Cup 2026 live from Kolkata. We'll be also bringing you the stream here, so kindly hit that subscribe button and also hit the bell icon so that you all stay connected and be an integral part of the Sports Beyond community here, cancer community here. Here is 76 from 85 here as Ramrak is bowling towards Athapaththu. She charges down the ground and she's managed to convert that into a half volley, and she smashed it past the bowler and past the dive of the field there at the mid-off region, and the ball rolling away into the boundary there. 4 runs here. Wonderful batting here from Athapaththu to get that 4 off that last ball here, and that will be 48 for no loss after 6 overs here, and they just require now 72 runs required off 84 balls here, and the required run rate is dropped to 5.14, and it's definitely looking like Athapaththu is going to could take the game, not just the game, but the series away from West Indies tonight here. Afi Fletcher, who's managed to pick up 2 wickets in this series so far, with the best of 2 for 16. I hope she will be able to reproduce that kind of a performance tonight, this evening once again, and that will do a world of good for West Indies because it's a big game for them. A win here will ensure that they go on to level the series here. Afi Fletcher, can she do it for her captain Hayley Matthews here? Can she be a match winner tonight in this contest? Here is Hafi Fletcher running into bowl to Hasini. This time a flighted delivery, one good ball there, tossing it slower through the air, outside the off stump and turning into the left-hander leg spinner here. And she's just tapped it back towards the bowler, and that'll just be a dot ball here. Afi Fletcher, can she get the big breakthrough here? A couple of breakthroughs will definitely give West Indies come back into this contest. They'll start believing that we can go on to put up a fight here. This time, once again, angling into Hasini, and Hasini happy to tuck it away towards the mid-wicket region there and deep mid-wicket region there, and batters will cross over for a single here, and she's off the strike. Athapaththu, she's batting beautifully. She's seemed to be batting on a different sort of a wicket here, while all the other batters struggle tonight. Only Henry and Athapaththu managed to play with conviction, play those kind of shots, and Athapaththu definitely she's charging down the ground and playing such wonderful shots. And Henry, we all know she can be extremely dangerous in the end, and she definitely played that kind of a cameo in the end, ensuring they reach 119 here. This time banks it in a little bit short, and Athapaththu a little bit early into the shot. She's rocked back and she's tried to pull the ball, but a little bit early into the shot, and that's the reason that will just be a dot ball here. She's been completely undone by the change of pace here from Afi Fletcher here. Here is Free Fletcher running into ball to Athapaththu this time. Good ball, angling into the pads. He's just managed to drive it towards the mid-wicket region there as Hayley Matthews collects the ball. That'll just be nothing more than a dot ball here. 71 required from 80 there. Here is the extra bounce there once again. Short ball and a lot of width there. She's tried to cut the ball there, Athapaththu, but the extra bounce doing it in and just going past the outside edge, and good carry there for the wicket keeper, and nothing more than a dot ball here. 49 for no loss, 6.5 overs, 71 required from 79. A couple of wickets could be interesting here. This time straying on the patch of Athapaththu there, straying on the patch of Athapaththu. She's hit it towards the deep square leg region there. Wonderful catch there from Henry. If I'm not wrong, that's Henry. She's dived towards her front, and the ball was dying on her, and she's put in a dive towards her front, and she's managed to hold on the ball there. Wonderful catch. The great commitment there from Henry. She's been someone who's played wonderfully, and we all know what a wonderful she's on the outfield. And once again, this time Athapaththu flight delivery on the pads, and Athapaththu flicking it off her pads, and the ball just dipping short of Henry in the deep square leg region there. But Henry's put in a full-fledged dive, and she's managed to hold on to the catch there. And Chamari Athapaththu will have to be walking back that pavilion towards the pavilion there, because to see a good catch there from Henry. And Afi Fletcher picking up her first wicket here, and that will be 49 for 1 after the end of 7 overs here. Wonderful turnaround here, and they'll be hoping that 1 wicket brings into, and the partnership's been finally broken here. A big breakthrough, and Chamari Athapaththu, she was dropped initially for 4 or 5 runs if I'm not wrong, and she capitalized on it, and she's played a wonderful knock of 32 of 22 balls, and she's ensured that Sri Lanka get off to a flyer here. But eventually she has to head back to the dressing room, courtesy a wonderful catch there from Chanel Henry. She did it with a bat, and now she is doing it out in the field there, and that will be the first breakthrough for West Indies here. They'll be hoping that 1 wicket brings in 2 and 2 brings in 3, as we will be back with the game here, as Dulani is out there in the middle here. Imisha Dulani is all set to out there in the middle, but as it's the end of the over, it's going to be Hasini on strike once again. Here is Karishma once again. Slow through the air, the ball pitching outside the off stump and turning away from the batter there. That'll just be a dot ball here. Wonderful ball here from Karishma Ramrak here. Wonderful ball. Tossed up delivery outside the off stump and turning away from the left-hander. That'll just be a dot ball here. Beautiful ball there from Ramrak. Once again, that extra bounce. That's the reason we're talking about. The West Indian batters were struggling entire innings there. Bowl it slower through the air. And once again, the ball gripping off the surface, turning away from the batter. And the extra bounce doing in once again. That'll be a dot ball here this time. She shuffled away across the off stump, Hasini, and the ball was almost angling into the leg stump there. Almost a 4-Yorker length delivery, and she's just managed to squeeze it towards the deep fine leg region. The ball just teasing the fielders and running away into the boundary there for Hasini there. Wonderful boundary, much required boundary, and that'll bring up the 50 here for Sri Lanka. 53 for 1 after 7.3 overs here, and they just require 67 runs more. They require 67 more runs in 75 balls here. Sri Lanka definitely they are having the upper hand in this game here. Here is Hasini Pereira, Karishma Ramrak all running into ball. Good ball there. That's the kind of ball you want to bowl. This surface a lot of things to offer here for the spinners, especially if you bowl in the right channel, and especially if you throw the ball, toss the ball slower through the air. And Karishma running in to bowl to Hasini once again. Hasini rocks back and tries to cut it, and she's managed to cut it towards the sweeper coverage there. And she'll cross over for a single here. She's batting sensibly, 20 of 25. And Imisha Dulani is still yet to get off the mark, still yet to face the first ball here. Can West Indies get a second breakthrough? That will do a world of good here. That will bring back the confidence and that will keep the game alive here for all the cricketing fans who have stayed awake despite it being 12:36 a.m. in India. And thank you so much for all the support you guys have been showing me. And please do let us know in the chat box which city you're watching the stream from, and also which team you're supporting tonight. And also don't forget to hit the subscribe button there. This time, good ball, pitching outside the off stump and turning into the pads. She's tucked it away towards the short fine left fielder there. That'll just be a dot ball here. And that'll be the end of the over. 54 for 1 at the end of 8 overs here. Here is Fletcher into a second. She's just given away 1 run and picked up the big wicket of Athapaththu, courtesy a good catch by Chanel Henry in the last over. And she's come back into a second over here. 66 required from 71. First ball, straight down the leg. Hasini Pereira goes to sweep the ball, but only managed to sweep it along the ground towards the short fine leg fielder there. That'll just be a dot ball here. Here is Fletcher. This time she's trying to play the sweep shot. I think the ball once again just trickling towards the short fine left field there. That will be a dot ball here. Fletcher 1.2 overs, 1 for 1, and Hayley Matthews. I think once again the concussion substitute will have to come in. I think because the batter's been Hasini's been hit on the helmet here. She's gone for the sweep shot here, completely missing the line of the ball. And I think the extra bounce doing once again off the leg spinner and crashing into the helmet here. And as per the new protocols here, despite what kind of a ball or despite what kind of a force the ball was coming in, if the ball hits the helmet, as per protocol, the physiotherapist has to come down and test the batter for a concussion test here. 54 for 1 after 8.2 overs. The physio is still out there testing concussion test for Hasini for the second time in this innings here. Here is Fletcher. This time, flighted outside the off stump. She's driven it towards the mid-off fielder there, and that'll just be a dot ball here. This time, Hasini, wonderful shot here. The ball was angling onto the pad. She's gone for the reverse sweep, and the ball's gone over the backward point region there, and back in front fielder, and the ball running away into the boundary there. Good shot there. Great creativity and great courage here from Hasini. She's gone got underneath the ball, and she's managed to reverse sweep it over the backward point fielder, and the ball running away towards the boundary there. 4 runs there for Hasini Pereira. Here is Fletcher. Good ball there, full delivery. She's trying to tuck it away towards the deep wicket region. They're only managing to drive it along towards the mid-wicket fielder there, and that'll just be a dot ball here. Just 4 runs coming off this over, the only boundary, and it's been 4 dot balls. And can Fletcher finish it on a high note? Can she get the big wicket of Hasini? She's been the settled batter out there, and can Fletcher get the big wicket of Hasini here? Beautiful ball there, flight delivery, and the ball just going past the outside edge of Hasini, and just 4 runs coming off Fletcher's second over. She's bowled 2 overs, 1 for 5, and that will be 58 for 1 after 9 overs here. And I think the required run rate now of just 5.55. And I think West Indies will have to get more wickets here to put some pressure on the opposition here, the visiting team here. It's 12:42 a.m. in India, and we are covering this game from Grenada, the West Indies versus the Sri Lankans. The final T20I international win for West Indies will mean that they'll draw the series and the trophy will be shared. But a win for Sri Lanka would mean that Sri Lanka go on to win this 2-0 here. There's Hayley Matthews. Beg your pardon, Karishma Ramrak into the attack, and she's shuffled away across the off stump, and she's just scooped it towards the deep fine leg region there for a single here. Here is Karishma Ramrak. This time coming in from around the wicket to the left-hander. Flight delivery, and Hasini gets forward on the stride, and she's only managed to drive it towards the front of mid-on fielder there. They were interested for a second to go at the single there, but they decided that that could be riskier, so that will just be a dot ball here. 61 required from 64. This time she has just tapped it towards the right of the short fine leg fielder there, and Hasini is off the strike here as Imisha Dulani, 1 of 2. She's out there in the middle taking strike to Karishma Ramrak. Will she be keen to play some big shots, or will Karishma have the better offer as Karishma Ramrak running into bowl to Imisha? Poor ball straying down the leg, and she's just guided it towards the short fine leg fielder there, and the batters will cross over for a single here. 61 for 1, 9.4 overs, 59 required from 62. That's the equation out there in the middle. As simple as that. 59 from 62 will ensure that Sri Lanka win on the series 2-0, and if West Indies manage to restrict them 59 runs or less than 59 runs, and then 59 more runs, and then it will be the win for West Indies here. This time, poor ball there. Coming in from around the wicket, she's flighted the ball and tossed the ball into the hitting half of Hasini. Hasini steps down the ground, and with a straight bat there, she's gone big over the long off. There's 6 runs here coming off Hasini Pereira's play. Wonderful shot here. The ball was tossed and a little bit of width, and it was in the hitting arc, and Hasini accepting it gracefully, and she's gone down the wicket for a big 6 here. The first 6 for Sri Lanka in this chase here. This time the ball stopping on the batter and just off the outside is flying into the backward point region there. Great ball there, tossed it slower through the air off the outside as the ball running away towards the short third man corner there. And that will be the end of the over here at the halfway stage in this contest here. 67 for 1 at the halfway stage, and that will be drinks break if I'm not wrong. I'm not sure if they had drinks break during the concussion test. They could have. So kindly requesting you to hit that subscribe button there. Only gonna take 2 seconds of your life there. Kindly hit that subscribe button there. Well, Sri Lanka definitely bad deep, as you can see on your screens there, and they'll be eagerly hoping to get to the line as soon as possible and complete this series here, because they won the one-day series and now they're going to go on to win the T20 series. But West Indies will have to take some early wickets here. Halfway stage in this game, and 653 required in 60. The required run rate 5.33. Can this be a shift in momentum here for the West Indies? I mean, every time we see a break, it definitely changes the perspective. Definitely breaks the rhythm, and definitely sometimes the batters lose concentration when this have this kinds of breaks here, short break. And now we are into the drinks break here, and West Indies desperately need some wickets here because Sri Lanka are definitely batting so good out there. 67 for 1 after 10 overs, and they just required run rate is just now 5.33 3-0 here. So definitely it's going to be an easy chase unless West Indies manage to get some wickets and run through the middle order and then get a chance to bowl to the lower middle order. And then probably if they manage to dismiss them, then get into the lower order. And wickets is definitely the key here. We all know how quick things can change in a cricketing environment and setup. So West Indies will be hoping to get some wickets as early as possible here. Happy Fletcher, she's been tossed the ball for the third over here, or 2 overs, 1 for 5. The leg spinner, can she get a wicket or two here in this over? That will be a world of good here for West Indies here. So kindly do let us hit the subscribe button there, because every single subscription will mean the world to us in this fight there. So requesting you to kindly hit that subscribe button there. Here is Fletcher all set to roll to Inisha Dulani there. Fletcher running in from over the wicket, the leg spinner here. Once again, good ball there, and she's driven it towards the mid-off fielder there as Hector fields the ball, and that'll just be a dot ball here. Here is Fletcher. This time she rocks back. Imisha Dulani, wonderful shot. The ball was banged a little bit short, and the ball pitching all the way outside the off stump and turning away from the batter there, courtesy a leg spinner, and giving Imisha all the time in the world. And she's rocked back and driven it, cut it towards the cover fielder there, and the ball running away into the boundary there in the sweeper coverage in there. The ball was in the air for quite some time, but wonderfully placed in between those two fielders, and the ball running away into the boundary there for 4 runs. Yeah. Here is Imisha, Yorker delivery from Fletcher, and she's happy to squeeze it past towards the mid-off region there. That'll just be a dot ball here. 49 from 57. A couple of wickets will definitely make some tectonic shifts in the Sri Lankan lineup, but we'll have to wait and watch who is going to deliver here for West Indies here. They have been struggling to pick up wickets tonight. And this time, flight delivery towards the left of Cover point fielder. I think they'll scamper for a quick single there. The partnership now slowly building to 24 of 20 last ball. Hasani picking up a single here. She's batted calmly under pressure. 32 of 36, and whenever she struggled with some dot ball, she placed that really short courtesy poor ball from West Indies, and she's managed to capitalize on that. The last ball of a third over here, Afri Fletcher. Can she get one more breakthrough here? Can she get the breakthrough of Imisha Dulani here? This time, a full toss outside the off stump. She's driven it straight towards the cover fielder, Matthews. And that'll just be a dot ball to end the over. 11 overs, 73 for 1. And the required run rate, 5.2 to now. Something getting closer here. And West Indies will be hoping to get wickets as early as possible to pile up some pressure back on the opposition here. So 73 for 1 after 11 overs. The required run rate 5.22. The current partnership run ball 24 and 47 required from 54 balls for Sri Lanka to complete the series victory 2-0. And the West Indies, on the other hand, will have to restrict Sri Lanka to 46 runs or less. Otherwise, Sri Lanka will take the game. And to all the folks who are logged on the stream here, hope you're enjoying the stream here. So please let us know which team you're watching, supporting tonight, and which city you're watching the stream, because it'll make us feel like I'm having a human conversation, because it's almost 12:53 a.m. in India, and we have managed to provide you with the stream and come out to promote women's cricket here. So kindly let us know from which part of the world you're watching this game, and also which team you're supporting tonight. This time, the ball coming in from Matthews outside the off stump, and the ball climbing onto her, and Hasani just happy to tap it away towards the point fielder. That'll be a dot ball here. This time, Hasani, she's managed to hit it towards the deep mid-wicket region there. 4 runs there from Hasani. Much required boundary here. And poor bowling here from Matthews once again. Hasani coming down the ground, going down on one leg, and she's managed to get underneath the ball. And she's gone for the slog sweep. A couple of bounces into the boundary there. And good ball there. That's the kind of length and line she needs to bowl. Matthews coming in with the arm. The ball coming in from around the wicket, pitching outside the off stump of the left-hander and turning away from the wicket keeper there. Wonderful ball there. This time, then under edge there. I think that'll be a dot ball there. And Gomati Maharaj, thank you so much for your message once again. Either one of them can win, definitely. Either one of them, you mean either one of the batters? Hopefully, either one of the batters go on to play till the end and win there. 43 from 49 here. Here is Matthews. Hasani shuffling way across the off stump and gently tucking it away towards the mid-on region there. And that will be a single to end the over. 5 runs coming off Matthews' third over. 16 for no loss for Matthews. And at the end of the 12th over, 78 for 1, Sri Lanka. To all the folks who joined us on Sports Beyond Cancer, this is Saurav Murthy, a former sports journalist, bringing you the live coverage from Grenada between the West Indies versus Sri Lankan women, the third T20I international with West Indies winning, West Indies trailing 1-0 in this contest here. And Sri Lanka earlier winning toss and putting the opposition into bat, and they managed to put up 119. And then last 37 runs coming off the last 12 balls there, courtesy Shinale Henry scoring 35 odd runs off or something, 12 or 14 odd balls there, 20 odd balls there, 18 odd balls there, somewhere close to 200 strike rate. So that's the reason they managed to get 119. In reply, Chamari Athapaththu, she started with a bang there, and she scored a free wheel, and she managed to score 32 of 22 balls, and that sets the stage here for these batters as Hasini gave a good company, and now Athapaththu has been dismissed back to the dugout, and she's taking the center stage. She's been doing the bulk of the scoring here for Sri Lanka to ensure the scoreboard is moving, and that's to ensure that the run rate is within check here. Here is Fletcher all set to bowl to Hasini. She steps down the ground, but only managed to drive it towards the mid-wicket fielder there. That'll just be a mid-on fielder there. That'll be a dot ball here. This time, Hasani and flighted outside the off stump, and she's gone for the sweep shot there. She didn't get good power behind it, and the ball's in the air. I think it's going straight down the throat of the fielder there in the deep mid-wicket region there, and she's dropped it. She's dropped it. You can't drop catches here. Second drop of the game here for West Indies here. I think it's, if I'm not wrong, is that Henry who's dropped the catch. I'm not sure who's dropped the catch here. The first catch, she took a blinder, and this time sitter off a catch, and they dropped the catch, and no wonder catches wins you matches, especially in a low scoring contest. I think it's just fell short. If I'm not wrong, it just fell short of Henry, just underneath the legs. But definitely, she should have gone for the catch there. She should have put her effort there. This time, Imisha trying to play the big slog sweep there in the air, and the ball just one bounce onto the field there in the deep mid region there. Taylor there, and that'll just be one run here. Risky shot there. The ball lurking in the air for quite some time, and West Indians were interested at one point of time there, but definitely one shot, and they'll get a single here. Here is Hasani. Fletcher runs in to Hasani. She's driven it away towards the long on region there. That'll be a single to end the over. 3 runs coming off it. Good bowling there from Fletcher. She's completed her spell quickly there. 4 overs, 1 for 13 for spell 13. She's bowled a wonderful spell here. I hope someone else comes in and repeats the heroics of Affy Fletcher and gives West Indies a couple of breakthroughs here. Sri Lanka seem to be marching away with the game here. 81 for 1 after 13 overs here. The partnership 32 of 36. The required run rate 5.57. Here is Karishma Ramrak into a 4th year, coming in from around the wicket, and Hasani shuffling across the off stump, and she's managed to just trickle down the ball towards the deep square leg region there for a single here, and that will be 38 from 41 here. The run rate now dropping to 5.57 there. The required run rate, beg your pardon there. And the partnership is 32 of 36, and the current run rate is 6.23. So West Indies will have to pull a lot of things back to ensure that they are back in this contest here. A couple of wickets would do the things for starters. So yeah. This time, Imisha Dulani has managed to sweep it away towards the deep square region there for single here. 37 required from 40. And Ramrock into a fourth over. She's bowled 3.2 overs, none for 25. Can she get the 1 wicket in this spell here? And it's the right time for West Indies. If they manage to get a wicket or two here, then definitely they'll start to believe once again. This time, good ball there. She's managed to rock back and punch it away towards the mid-on fielder there. That will be a dot ball here. West Indies will be hoping for wickets here. Here is Karishma Ramrak. This time, flight delivery, angling into the batter there. The left-hander Hasini charges down the ground, and she's pulled it towards the wide off long on distance. The ball running away into the boundary there. 4 runs there. Wonderful shot there. Got underneath the ball and ensured that she places the ball perfectly in the gap there. And between the two fielders, the ball running away into the boundary there. Wonderful shot here. Charging down, going aerially, placing it perfectly between the two fielders, and the ball just bouncing before the boundary ropes there. 4 runs there for Hasini as she moves on to closer to 50 here. 44 of 50 balls, just 6 runs away, shy from a wonderful 50 here. Here is Karishma Ramrock running in the ball to Hasini. The full delivery, she stuck it away towards the deep mid-wicket fielder there. That'll just be a single here for Hasini there. 88 for 1 after 13.5 overs, and now the required run rate dropping to 5.21. Just 33 required of 38 balls. Is this going out of the hands of Windies here? I mean, they've definitely not had a wonderful series. They've struggled with the bat in all the occasions, be it in the ODI. And now in the T20 International, you saw how they were bundled out for 49. This time, Karishma Ramrock pitching on leg and the ball turning away outside the pad, outside the leg stump. And the umpire will no wonder flex his arms, and that will be a white ball here. 31 required from 37. Once again, this has been balled and a little bit short. And Imisha Dulani quick to rock back and put it away towards the right of the deep wicket fielder there. And they'll be happy with a single here. 8 runs coming off this over, and Ramrock has completed. Karishma Ramrock completing a spell. None for 32 this in this game here. And that will be 90 for 1 after 14 overs here. 30 runs required in 36 balls. Still believe that West Indies have one more chance here in this game here. Only if they manage to pick 2 wickets, I think Sri Lanka will also start to crumble there, because the pressure will get onto them with especially new batters out in the middle, and the way the kind of the surface has been behaving since the start. I think it's going to be difficult for new batters to just come in and then score those runs here, or even rotate strikes for the matter there. Dottin, who's into a first over of the day. Leg cutter, and the ball just poor fielding. The ball just the fielder was running into the catch there, and the ball just going out for outstretched hand. I think the fielder was running in from the mid-on region, if I'm not wrong there. Yes, it was a catchable. I think a reprieve here for Dulani here, because that was extremely catchable. And poor fielding there from Brathwaite. She's tall. She could have gone for the ball, but she's timed her jump extremely poor. The ball's past her when she's done with the jump. And that'll be just 2 runs of the fielder cuts off in the deep. And 28 required from 35 as Imisha run a ball 12 here. And Dottin, she's been brought into the attack for the first time in this innings. Can she get a breakthrough? Can she get a double over breakthrough? Because that will mean some foot towards hope for West Indies in this contest here. Otherwise, it's just been going Sri Lanka's ways right since the toss here. Here is Dottin running into ball. Tomi is a good ball there. Yorker-link delivery going past the inside edge and then just past the off stump and towards into the gloves of the wicket keeper there. That'll just be a dot ball here. West Indies would need more such kind of boundaries. They will also have to attack the stumps here. 28 required of 34. Here is Dottin all set to bowl to Imisha. Imisha, good link delivery, angling into the bat. She's tucked it away towards the deep square leg region there. Will they be coming back for the second run here? No, says Hasini. She does not want to take any risk here. Sensible cricket here from Hasini. And the partnership now building to 44 of 45 balls there. A steady partnership here for Sri Lanka because they know the equation and they do not want to get ahead of time and play those big shots and end up losing wickets and opening the floodgates for the West Indies to cash on in this game here. But they're happy to play sensibly and they're tapping those singles and getting those twos and hitting those odd boundaries and they're keeping up to the run rate here because the required run rate has now dropped to less than 5 here, 4.91 the required run rate. The rest required 27 runs and 33 balls here. Here is Dartin all set the ball to Hasini. Once again, a half tracker there, the slow ball there. She's managed to rock back and pull it away. The ball going past towards the deep square leg in there, but nothing of a damage. They just single run there. The single here, and that'll be 94 for 1 after 14.4 here. Just 5.2 hours to go, and how much more can how much wickets can the West Indies get here? Because West Indies, I mean, they played poor cricket tonight too. I mean, they have waited till the 18th or 17th over to play big, to play those big shots with Henry coming out there middle. Why couldn't they have started playing those big shots with the likes of Henry and all power hitters out there in the middle? They should have started a couple of overs earlier, probably somewhere around the 14th or the 15th over, and that would have made the world of difference because then West Indies should have ended somewhere close to 145, 150 there, but nevertheless, it's done and dusted. A big learning curve here for West Indies here. This time a Yorker length delivery, and Imisha has managed to squeeze it back towards the mid-wicket fielder there. That'll just be a dot ball here. Wonderful ball, but she's managed to squeeze it back towards the mid-wicket fielder there. 94 for 1 after 14.5. Can Dartin get a big breakthrough here? Imisha would be good. This time she's gone for the leg cutter and she scooped it way over the keeper's head here. She shuffled away across the off stump but did not get good power on the shot there. Only managing to scoop it over the wicket keeper's head and the ball running away towards the third man region there and the fielder there will collect the ball and that will be just a single here. 95 for 1 at the end of 15 overs. And 30 more balls to go. How much more can how much more wickets can the Sri Lankan West Indies take and pile up the pressure on the Sri Lankan camp here? 25 of 30. Dot balls will be crucial. A couple of good overs will be crucial. A couple of double breakthrough overs will be extremely turn the things in West Indies' favor. We'll have to wait and watch as it's 95 for 1 after 15 overs here. This time, Taylor into the attack. Imisha Durrani sweeps it away towards the deep square leg region there for a single there. And now Stephanie Taylor, she's been thrown the ball there. Can her experience bring in some wickets here? 4 wickets for 12, her best, and she's had a lucrative career for West Indies. And can she use her experience and get a couple of breakthroughs? And here she is, Stephanie Taylor running into ball to Hasini from around the wicket here to the left-hander. And Hasini happy to tap it towards the wide of mid-wicket region there. And the batters will have time to cross over for a single here. Here is Stephanie. An off spinner angling into the pads here. The batter trying to charge down the ground and Stephanie following up, cramping him for room. And he's managed to just trickle it down towards the leg side and the crossover for a single here. 3 singles coming off the first 3 balls, 22 required from 27. And Taylor, can she get a wicket or two here? That'll do a world of good for the cricketing fans. That'll spice up things here. This time, banging shot, and Hasini rocks back, and she's pulled it along the ground towards the deep square leg, and there for a single here. And 4 singles of the first 4 balls here. Should West Indies bringing the field inside the circle to pile up some pressure here? We have to wait and watch. Can West Indies afford to play that attacking brand of cricket to just stop this batter's to crossover for an easy single here? And the 50-run partnership for the second wicket, 50 of 53 balls here, and Hasani Pereira scoring 33 of it, going the bulk of the runs here. This time just going past the outside edge as Inisha Dulani tries to tuck the ball away towards the leg side. He's missed the ball, and that'll just be a dot ball here. Good ball here from Stephanie Taylor. Here is Taylor once again, and this time Inisha Dulani gets underneath the ball, and she smashed it straight wide off the fielder there. Fine off the fielder there, coming in from the towards his left from the long on, in the ball running away into the boundary. 4 runs here, 17 from 24, and a great shot here from Dulani, and she'll march on to reach to 20 runs here of 20 balls here. Wonderful, wonderful shot here. "17 runs required from 24 balls, 103 for 1 after 16 overs here, as Hasini is batting on 48, just too shy of a well-deserved 50 here. Here is dot in, like at a good length ball, angling away from the left-hander, and she's just tapped it towards the front of point fielder there. That'll just be a dot ball here for dot in here. Can dot in get a couple of wickets here? A good over here. Will pile up the pressure, because it'll definitely bring it to a runner ball kind of a scenario. And then if West Indies manage to get one more good over, then it could look interesting for the last couple of overs here. Here is dot in running into ball to Hasini, who's on 48. This time a Yorker link delivery outside the off stump, and Hasini Pereira just squeezing it and keeping the ball away from the stumps, and the ball's rolled away to the wicket keeper. That'll just be a dot ball here. 17 from 22 balls. Here is Hasini, good link delivery onto the pad. She's tucked it away towards the deep mid-wicket region. Then that'll be a single here. Good batting this time. 16 from 21. She's realizing that Dowden's bowling wonderfully well, and she needs to just get those scoreboard ticking by taking those singles, because it's not like that kind of a scenario where you have to score those big shots. You're just 16 from 21, and the required run rate less than 4.5. So sensible batting will do it here for Sri Lanka tonight in this game, and they'll be ensuring that they walk away with the T20 International Series here. Here is dot in, all set to bowl to Inisha. A full toss, and that's been smashed away. The small toss angling into the leg stump, angling into the body on the leg side, and Inisha quick to capitalize on that one. She's managed to pull it towards the deep fine leg region there. 4 runs there. Poor ball there, straying down the leg. A full toss, a gift on offer, and the fielder there extremely wide, and the ball will run away into the boundary there. 4 runs there, just 12 required from 20 there. Seems like Sri Lanka will go on to win the series once again. Dot in, running into ball to Inisha. This time a full length delivery, leg cutter, and she's charged down the ground, only to managing to drive it towards the mid-on fielder there as Karishma fields onto the ball, and that'll just be a dot ball here. What a tournament Sri Lanka had in this Sri Lanka tour of West Indies. It's been such kind of a tournament there for them there because they played wonderfully in this tournament. They managed to win the ODI contest 2-1. This time a full length delivery, Imisha charges down the ground and converts into half volley, and she smashed it over the mid-on fielder, and the ball running away into the boundary in the long on region. The 4 runs there coming off Imisha. What a wonderful knock she's played tonight, Imisha Dulani, and that'll be 112 for 1 after 17 overs here, and just 8 runs now required of 18. 8 runs now required of 18 balls here for Sri Lanka, definitely taking the game away all of a sudden here. And Sri Lanka in this tournament here, Sri Lanka tour of West Indies 2026. I mean, they managed to win the T20 series, one-day series 2-1, and they managed to. They're looking to. They're almost on the cusp of victory tonight here. This evening here, they're just 8 runs away. They'll be probably taking it away 2-0. In the T20 International Series. What a wonderful series. What a wonderful tour for Sri Lanka. A lot of positive for a lot of people. There are a lot of youngsters. And for the West Indies, I mean, it'll be tough tasking there. They need to improve with the bat here because the T20 has been extremely nothing short of a disaster here. The first match being bundled out for 49. The second match, out of the 20 overs, they managed to put up only 101 for 9. And today, they managed to put up only 119 or 119 for 8. And that too because of Chanel Henry scoring those 35 odd runs in the last 15-16 balls there. This time once again banged in shot, and Hasini's pulled it away towards the deep square leg region there. And the ball, good stop there by the fielder as she pushes the ball keeps the ball within the field of play by using her feet there. And she's gone out of the boundary, and she's come back, and she's restricted the batters to just 2 runs there. And those 2 runs will bring in Hasini Perera's 50 here. Wonderful batting here from Hasini Perera. That will bring up a second T20 international 50, and 51 of 58 balls. I think a strike rate of 87.93 here. This time once again a little bit short. She's rocked back and pull it away towards the deep square division there, but this time straight towards the fielder. So just 1 run off 5 from 16 here as Hayley Matthews into a last over 3.2 overs, none for 19. And for West Indies, a lot of learning curve. All the 3 games poor batting there, and that definitely costing them, and they will have to go back and to the drawing room boards and decide that how they'll be trying to shape the West Indian women cricket going ahead, because this series has been nothing short of a disaster for them. A lot of positive mistakes nevertheless, but this time banks a little bit short, and she's gone for the big slog sweep. Top is there, and the ball lurking in the air for quite some time, and that'll just go past the fielder there in the mid-on region there, and that'll be just 2 runs here. Lucky there. Mehdi Hassan, I know, I clearly understand that you're frustrated with the West Indies team. I think definitely it's been that kind of a series for them. Extremely poor West Indies, to be honest here. And this time flighted, and she's gone over the top here. Slog sweep here. The ball running away towards the wide of long on boundary there, and that'll be 4 runs here. 4 runs, and Sri Lanka winning this game by 9 wickets here. A big win here for Sri Lanka, winning the game by 9 wickets with the 2.2 overs to spare. And what a wonderful win here. The partnership here, 72 of 64. This has been the partnership here, 72 of 64. And what a knock here from Dulani there, Misha Dulani coming in at number 3, 25 of 34 balls here. And Hasini Perera, she's batted along 52 for 59. Earlier when Chamari Athapaththu was batting out there, she was happy to play the second fiddle. And once the captain was dismissed, she decided that she needs to take the upper hand, and she needs to keep the scoreboard ticking and ensure that the strike rate and the run rate is within the reach. And she took those calculated risks, and she's managed to score 52, unbeaten 52 of 59. And Imisha coming in and scoring that unbeaten 34 of 25. And Sri Lanka winning by 9 wickets, and they ensure that they also tick the T20 International Series, and they win the T20 International Series in this tour in West Indies here. And with that said, That's a win here for Sri Lanka. They won the one-day series and they completely dominated the T20 international series here. The West Indies, on the other hand, they need to go back and put up a lot of stuff behind the scenes here, because definitely this kind of cricket will not be something that's going to be appreciated, because they're extremely poor batting at your very own home, and they will have to look back at how they played the short selections, the kind of mindsets they had. They extremely played slow under many circumstances, where they too safe, trying to play too safe tonight here, as you saw the likes of Doughton and beg your pardon, there's Stephanie Taylor playing it too safe initially, and then Chanel Henry had to come and score that 30 runs of 15 balls. If not for that, they would have been just put up 85 or 86 on board at the end of 20 overs, but that innings taking them to 130. And Sri Lanka, on the other hand, really proud of the youngsters who are touring in for the West Indies for the first time, and a lot of stuff for people to learn, a lot of positives there. The likes of Hasini Pereira, and then the likes of Kashvi, beg your pardon, the likes of Iona Ronavira, who's been wonderful. She's once again enjoyed a campaign there, and the likes of Malki Madara and Sugandhika Kumari and Imisha Dulani, the way she's batted. So definitely a lot of positives here for Sri Lanka, on the other hand, and they'll be happy heading back to Sri Lanka with such kind of a performance here. And with that said, they won the series here. A lot of stuff for West Indies to consider, and hopefully you all enjoyed the show here. Thank you, Gomati Maharaj, once again for the wonderful acknowledgement, for always being owing our back, and request all the people who just watch the stream to kindly hit that subscribe button there. And if at all you loved the commentary, if at all you loved the stream, or if at all you want to support us, please, you can use the super thanks on super chat option in the chat box. Or if not, you can also support us by funding our research book there by just scanning it on the left corner, bottom corner. As you can see, you can scan to support my recovery, and we can and my stream, where I can get in better tools, lightings and backgrounds as we are waiting for upgrade. So anything works. Every single contribution helps us in this journey, in this process here. So please, don't forget to hit the subscribe button before you leave, and share it with your friends and family. Hope you have a wonderful night. It's almost 1:25 a.m. here in India, and I just definitely need to crash, and definitely I need to wake up today. And it's going to be exciting contest here. We'll be back for the big semi-final here. We'll be live from the Eden Gardens, Kolkata, where where New Zealand take on South Africa for the first semi-final of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup. So please do join us for the stream too, and hope you ensure that you click the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any updates or any streams from our end there. So this is Saurav Vitramurthy, a former sports journalist, signing off from Sports Beyond Cancer. Hope you have a wonderful time with your friends and family there. Take care and stay safe.